Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today, we're going to be playing some Miss Mutton OTK. We have played Miss Mutton in the past. We haven't really picked it up since it became a bit more of a meta-relevant deck. So this, I believe, kind of started off with Quantum. I want to say it started off with Quantum, like playing it in this way, where it was able to kind of be played as this sort of OTK deck. And it's been a pretty cool kind of development where we have seen it go through some changes. We have seen people try out the new Shiny Shady skill, which is pretty cool. We're not going to be doing that one today. We are going to be using Servant of Dawn because that is the one that has had the tops. And we did see Hikari also play this a little bit and also do quite well with it. But we haven't really jumped into it. So we're going to be trying that out today, see how it feels. Because the deck is very simple. It's very do one thing, and if that thing works, great, we win. If it doesn't, we don't. And Miss Mutton obviously is a secret order deck, which means we do get to play around a lot of the trap cards that are quite powerful in the meta right now. Now, beyond that, we'll also be taking a look at some of the new OCG cards that have been revealed, because there is some pretty interesting stuff in there. And, you know, we always like to go over the OCG stuff. There isn't, like, any big news going on. Like, we might have a little chat about, like, some of the stuff that I got up to over the weekend, because I was out of town. We were hanging out with some friends, so we did have quite a good time there. But outside of that, it's just going to be kind of a chill, play ladder, play the very easy, funny sheet deck, and see how things go. But first things first, let's see who we have in the chat. We have Barox. Welcome on in, Barox. Good morning, Mr. Dinosauring. Good morning, Barox. So it's just the afternoon here, but welcome on in. We have Rarity, which we will go ahead and throw right after I sneeze. An exclamation mark Rarity in the chat. Welcome on in, Rarity. We watched Rarity last night play a bunch of Deer Days, Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days, which was very, very cool. I really want to get that game. I really do. But, like, it's just, again, out of principle, I don't want to give money to the expensive game that never goes on sale that has a bunch of really expensive DLC. Like, it really rubs me the wrong way. Especially when, like, it's not a fair comparison, right? But if I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh!, I have a mobile game that is free. I have a PC game in Master Duel, which is free. Now, neither of those games have campaigns. They don't have story modes. So it's not a fair comparison, right? Because there's a little bit more that goes into making a campaign. And I think the campaign is really, really cool. I don't think the campaign is worth the money that they are charging for it. And that will always be a sticking point. So I have like two voices in my head being like, just buy it. It'll be fun. You'll love it. And then I have the other voice in my head saying, don't do that. Even if you bought it, you wouldn't buy the DLC because that makes the price actually ridiculous. So you would have a subpar experience overall. You wouldn't get like the whole package. So it's like, But I do really like Cardfight Vanguard. I would really love a way to play online again. Vanguard Zero was massive for me. I absolutely loved that game. I played it competitively. I played it competitively on the ladder. I played it competitively in tournaments. I really, really enjoyed that game. And then when it died, it was just really, really sad. So now there's not really a good alternative. Like, we have things like Area and Vang Pro, which are, you know, they're cool, but they're the same as like EDO Pro, where like, it's cool that it's there. You can play it with friends. It doesn't have a fantastic like community or scene like buzzing around it, so it's like it's not quite the same as having like an official client. But a bit of a rant there, but there we go. We have the Dr. Alex in the chat. Hello Dr. Alex, welcome on in. Meeg-chan, yeah, Meeg-chan, we're gonna hopefully do well with this. This deck is pretty simple, so I feel like either we're just gonna win or we're just gonna lose. I don't see a lot of games being super close with this deck, but we'll have to see how it goes. We have Corey in the chat. Hello, Corey. Hey, welcome. It's not worth $70. Yeah, that's the issue, right? It's not only worth a lot of money, but again, if you want all the cards, you now need to pay another fee on top for each of the DLCs. And I'm not sure exactly how they've structured it. I don't know if there's like one payment you can do to get all of it, but I'm pretty sure it's an expensive payment anyway. So I think you're paying at least $100, probably more, to get all the cards, which just seems absolutely ridiculous to me personally. But I guess we will go ahead and fire on in with the yappy bit, because we all love the yappy bit. So first things first, we have just had the KC Cup start, which is pretty cool, right? I am probably going to be covering the KC Cup, as in we're probably going to play some KC Cup duels at some point. Right now, I'm kind of in this weird spot where I'm not super big into speed at the moment. Like, the speed meta is not something I'm super invested in. As well as I do want to continue on with Reverse Masochist, and we're going to be doing one of those two things on Thursday. We're either going to be doing Reverse Masochist, which means we're playing more of the Battle Royale Rush Duel game, the Go Rush one, or we'll be playing some Speed Ladder. I don't dislike speed right now, right? I do like my dinosaur deck, for example. It's just the current meta for speed is not something I'm super interested in. So, like, just not having that drive to play it makes me kind of less inclined to, like, give it a go, right? I mean, we are going to try and climb it anyway because we want to get the rewards, right? But it's like, do we do it on stream? Do we not? Beyond that, there's not really much more to say about it. I mean, we can... All right, we'll jump ahead to the tier list real quick, just to briefly go over this, right? So, Blue Eyes and Sheena Bird. Two kind of asshole decks, and then we got Dragons, which has like a whole other stigma attached to it because of the FTK. But although I think this deck is actually pretty cool, Dark Magician has just made its way onto the tier list, which I don't think anyone saw coming. So we're happy to see that. Shadol is just Floodgate. Sword Soul's fine. I don't mind Sword Soul so much. And then like we got all the new decks that are just kind of like, are they good? Are they bad? We don't really know yet. They'd potentially be pretty good, right? But just looking at this, I'm like, I don't really want to play against Blue Eyes. I don't really want to play against Shinobird. Dark Magician's probably fine. Dragons is probably fine. I don't want to play against Shadol. So, like, half the tier list are just decks that I just won't have fun playing against. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know where I stand on that personally. For new cards, we should have the Flag Mech Monster. I mean, we did cover the Flag Mech Monster last time, I believe. We definitely need to talk about it. The new Fire Machine. Yeah, we do have that one to talk about. The first few cards of Gradius Theme, Dragonic Trap, Book of Life, and the new Beast to go over. Yeah, we're going to go over all of that pretty soon. There's not going to be a lot of like non-rush stuff to talk about here. There is a pass for 4 sets. Vintage is separate though. So that's another annoying thing, that they're just like holding Vintage hostage for like seemingly no reason. It's so strange. Oh, I'm going to have to blow my nose though, because... Oh... Ugh. Unfortunately, for some reason, we just needed to sneeze at the start of the stream, and now I just have a runny nose. And I like, worst possible timing, right as the stream starts. I've been completely fine all day, and now we just have that. Tomato, I need your defense on Rebecca's zone locking. Tell me the skill is fair and balanced. So, alright. What I will say is, the Rebecca skill... in a vacuum is fine, right? Like, if you're using it the way it was intended to be used, the skill is kind of fine, right? When you think about it, what does the skill actually do, right? You get a +2, and then you get, like, another +2. I'm trying to think exactly how the skill works now. It's been a while since I've actually played the deck. So we reveal, we summon 2 from the deck. Then... a Guardian Angel Joan monster from your deck to your hand. Then send a Dragon monster from your deck to the graveyard. You control Guardian Angel Joan, add Graceful Charity, and... Okay, so it's a +4, right? It's a +4. But, like... Again, in a vacuum, a +4 sounds really good, but when it's in a dog shit deck, it doesn't really mean a lot most of the time, right? For example, we had the Despia deck, right? The branded Despia stuff. And that had a skill that just gave it a +3. And that didn't, like, break everything, right? The deck was good, but it was good because of the actual individual cards themselves, right? It was good because of Branded in Red. It was good because we can summon out a first Dark Claw during our opponent's turn. It was good because Tax Dragon's really good. Guardian Angel Charity effectively gives you 1 extra plus when compared to that deck, but apparently that just makes it completely busted because you can get 2 7s on the board, I guess, is, like, the big difference. It's a weird one. Because, like, in my mind, there are so many cool things you can do with this deck. And yet, the only things that, well, the majority of things that are coming out that people are talking about is all the super degen stuff. And it's like, in an ideal world, degen stuff just wouldn't be in the game full stop. So the only reason that this skill can be used to do degenerate stuff is because there is degenerate stuff in the game that you can do, right? So it's a really weird situation to be in where it's like, oh, we don't like this skill because this skill lets us better do the degenerative stuff that's already in the game, right? So like from my perspective, I'm like, okay, but there's some really cool stuff you can do that isn't like super toxic. But because there is stuff you can do that's toxic with it as well, that gets completely overshadowed and people just want the skill like killed basically, which like kills this really cool deck, right? I think the idea of being able to play this like Dragon Maid with like some Dragon Ruler stuff. Yeah, some people are playing some Dragoonity stuff in here and you play it as kind of a Dragon Pile deck. I think that's a really cool idea for a deck. What I don't like is the burn variant. I don't like the field lockdown variant, right? There's a lot of ways to play this deck that are super toxic, and that sucks. What we would like to see, ideally, is the skill change to not allow you to do that degenerative stuff. The issue is people keep getting creative and coming up with new degenerative stuff to do, right? It's really, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Yotomo, how do we feel about lack of content for Rush? What do we mean by lack of content? Because, like, if we take a look at the product release dates in terms of, you know, Duel Links, we haven't exactly had a drought. We've just had product that we're not super happy with, right? Because, like, none of these products, except, which was, like, the really bad one? Was it High Dragon of Solid Strikes. This one was really mid, because it didn't really do anything to the meta. None of the cards in it really did anything relevant. So, like, this kind of felt like it didn't exist. So if you take that out, now it feels like we had a 2-month wait after Extreme Overlord, which was an okay set. It wasn't a meta-defining set, but it was like an okay set. And now we've just gotten Formatarium, which again is another somewhat meta-defining set. Well, maybe not defining, meta-impacting set. But it's felt like we've gotten like, 6 cards basically that have done anything since the last mini-box, which was, again, like 2 months ago, right? So it's like, I get that people are unhappy with it, but again, for me, it's less about the quantity of cards. Quantity of cards is more fun, because having new stuff to play with is cool, being able to cook new decks is cool. It's more about what state is the meta in when it's not being impacted for long periods of time. And like, from my perspective, like if we go back to High Dragon of Solid Strikes, the meta was in a fine spot here. Like, this is good. Like, I look at this pie chart, I'm like, that is a healthy meta. If we're going to be stuck in a meta for a long period of time, that is a fine meta for me to be stuck in, right? So it's like, it puts it in a weird spot where it's like, does it matter too much? Like, if we go back to here again, I think this, again, is a fine meta. We've got 4 decks that are all vying for the top spot. We've got a bunch of other decks that are throwing their hats into the ring. The meta's in an okay spot. If anything, the actual worst meta we've probably had in a long time is the meta we find ourselves in now. So, like, it feels weird to say, but the last product that only added 6 cards, and I suppose the rerun event as well, adding us those extra 2 cards, has negatively impacted the meta more than just having no cards did, right? Because we were in a better spot, now we're in a worse spot. So it's a weird one. It is a weird one. No days since last main box. Oh, that's because we haven't, oh no, we haven't got, we don't do main box. What's the point of that? We've had 1 main box. We just do last box and last structure deck. Now, the music's taking a while. There we go. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Where, again, if the meta was this, right? If we were in this for a long period of time, and then we were in a drought and we were like, oh god, where's the new product? That is when it becomes an issue. The problem, I think, is people have very selective memory. And people are like, oh, the meta is really bad now, and it feels like we haven't had new stuff in ages. And it's like, we had new stuff 13 days ago. It's only been 2 weeks, right? So people already don't like this new meta, and they're getting impatient, wanting this meta to be shaken up. And it's like, we've only been here for 2 weeks, right? We've barely stepped into this meta. And the fact is, we were in a good spot before. A lot of people had like doomsaying during this meta. Like, there were a lot of people online saying like, oh, this meta is so bad. Like, Seven's Road is like winning everything. We absolutely hate it. And it's like, well, Jointech had the most wins. Seven's Road was a competent second deck. Light Galaxy was still around, as much as people don't like to think it was. E-Hero was around. Miss Mutton was around. And now we've fallen into... like, now we're down bad, right? Now we're like, oh, we need something better going on. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hello, Tomato. How's it going? Hello, United. Welcome, welcome on in, my friend. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It's... in terms of, like, me specifically, I'm doing pretty good, all things considered. I think I haven't really got anything to complain about. It's like, it's starting to get a little bit cold. It's about, like, the be-all, end-all of it. They shouldn't nerf Galaxy, to be honest. I am inclined to agree. Because this, like, if we go and take a look over here, this was kind of like Galaxy before the nerfs, right? It was, like, the 4th best performing deck before it got nerfed. And I get it. People were getting sick of Light Galaxy. Light Galaxy had been around for a long time. Because if you think about it like this, right? Light Galaxy was a, like, top-tier deck, pretty much, since... what's the 5th month? May? Yeah. So, January. Since May, Light Galaxy has been a strong, playable deck that has had decent tournament representation, right? So I get it. Because it's been... like 5 months, right? After 5 months, I think people were a bit like, can we just get rid of this now? So I understand that. But again, I don't think it needed the hit. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, since we're already talking about this, I guess we'll quickly cover this. We did just have another tournament, which was the Rush Duel Links Weekly 43, in which Music Princess finally managed to beat Jointech. So this is another issue is, everyone and their mum keeps saying that Jointech has a really bad matchup into Music Princess. And to some extent... oh, we are in an ad break. Okay, we'll wait until this is done. Then when the ads are gone, we'll continue on. I guess I just want that even build box to show placement. For example, Dragon's F was our latest rerun box. It should have shown despite Jointech shade-up. I just want that even... I just want that even build box to show placement. I'm going to assume what you mean is you want even smaller products like a deck build box to impact the meta. Instead of, like, Jointech doing better, right? So I assume the statement is. And I agree. It would be nice if every product could shake up the meta. But the worst thing that can happen is you find yourself in a good meta and a new product comes out and now you're in a worse meta. I think the only time that becomes acceptable to me is if the meta's been going on for a very, very long time. Now the question then becomes, for a mobile game, is that 2 months? Is that 3 months? Like, what is a very, very long time for a meta to be around, right? Because I think with mobile games, you accelerate the cadence. You either should power creep or nerf a deck, but not both. It's an issue of finding the right balance, though, right? Because if you... theoretically, the baseline that we're trying to hit was, like, Hero 7's Road, right? So that's, like, the baseline. As far as Konami could see it, Light Galaxy was above that and Jointech was below it. So theoretically, nerf one, buff the other, everything's now in equilibrium, right? But that's not how things ended up. And theoretically, the changes they made weren't, like, huge changes, but they had a huge impact. For example, they didn't nerf Shadow, but power crept it. Yes, although I still stand by they should have nerfed Shadow, and the logic why is that Shadow is not fun to play against. In no way is Shadow a fun deck to play against when they can just get a Floodgate out, all of their cards as well. Like, all right, realistically, if we just took out Winder, we wouldn't care about Shadow, right? I think people would be like, oh, it's a competitive deck, it's fine. You know, it's strong, but it's not, like, super laborious to play against. And then you still could make an argument that Shadow is still kind of annoying to play against because they have a bunch of effects that go off when the cards are sent to the graveyard. They have a lot of ways to interact with you on their own turn or on your turn. So, like, it can get kind of annoying. But fundamentally, the issue there was Winder. So, like, from that perspective, I would like to have seen Winder taken out just because it is never fun to queue up against Shadow. They go first, they drop Winder, and you're sat there like, well, either I have the out or I don't. Right? Some decks are just better built to deal with it, but especially if you're playing anything that's, like, not remotely like a top 3 tier deck, you're suddenly like, well, now I need, like, such a hyper-specific out to this, right? But they hit Despia and power crypt it, so the deck feels ass now. That's true, but I think everyone prefer fighting Shadows than a mono. Yes, but what we've done there is we've traded a floodgate for a floodgate, which is still, in my mind, not a good system, right? It's like, Imano Iwato, where is he? This asshole. He is definitely awful, right? No one wants to play against this. But what I don't think the conversation should be, would you rather play against Winder or Amano Iwato? The conversation should be, why do we have Winder or Amano Iwato in the game, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. It's like, what if we just got rid of all of it? Wouldn't that be great? So that's why, again, that's why I push back against the dragon slander, right? And about how people are like, oh, the skill's awful. In my mind, the skill is only awful because awful cards exist. So in my mind, if you just get rid of all of the degenerate bullshit, then no one has to suffer through all of the awful stuff, right? You would never have to worry about a future skill being broken in a way to make, you know, zone locking or FTKs, burning your opponent out, maybe decking your opponent out on the first turn. None of that would have to matter anymore because we've tailored the game in such a way where none of that can happen, right? So, like, in my mind, if we nerf dragons, that just tells me that going forward, every skill now has to have a big, like, ooh, but if we do this, can someone degenerate this into zone locking? Can someone degenerate this into FTKing your opponent, right? Hashtag banned window, real. What's popping, chat? Hello, a human Portuguese dub fan. Welcome on in. We were just talking about the rush meta, which then we got a little bit off track and started talking about the speed meta as well. I'm actually fine with the Rebecca skill, just some extra deck monsters need to be limit 1. Yes. I mean, I think that's... Like I say, I think this deck, like this specific deck, right? Where we're getting out 2 Luster Dragons, we're overlaying into a cool 6 like a Tomb, or, you know, maybe we're going to go into, God, Volo Fernigus, right? I like this version of the deck. And I think the only issue is, if we nerf the skill to make it so that, you know, you can't do all the degenerate stuff with it, then this deck dies. Because I can't see this, like, still being relevant without that. Gunkin Zuship Shari just subscribed with Prime for 13 months. I mean, the TTS is going to go wild here.
Zuship Shari just subscribed with Prime. Bottom, 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 bottom. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. You can call me miss, but I'm actually Woolly Wonderland royalty. I'm never sheepish about chowing on paper, even if it happens to be an important letter.
Thank you so much, Gunkitsu Shari, for the Prime. We obviously do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And that was... I wasn't ready for, like, the monotone TTS to just be, like, doing the Miss Mutton flavor text, bro. Love those. Lol, you have text-to-speech? Yeah, we have text-to-speech on subs. But only subs at the moment. We were going to have it on, like, Bit Redeem, but we didn't want the chat to get, like, absolutely spammed with them. Thank you for following Danny Cito. We're going to go with Danny Cito. Hey, we got to go. Oh, God, it's going to make the noise again. It's going to be loud. Oh, it's so loud. I swear, I have turned that down, like, 6 times, and it just turns itself back up again. I've gone in... I've done everything I can to fix that, and it just will not stop. It is a mind of its own, complete mind of its own. But where were we? Yeah, I like this deck. I wouldn't want to see this deck killed. So in my mind, it feels like either Konami gets off their ass, moderates their own game, and takes out all of the stupid shit, or they nerf this skill and have an asterisk next to every future skill saying they have to try and make sure they don't make the skill in such a way that people can do stupid shit. So, like, from my perspective, do your job, Konami. Right? Also, you should have tested this skill before you released it and known that maybe there was some degen stuff you could do with it, right? But the easy option, the like, smooth brain, don't have to think option, is just nerf the skill. And that's why I'm a little bit worried that they might end up doing that. But yeah, that's my TED talk about the dragon deck and how I like it. But what we were talking about was the rush meta. And about how we're finding ourselves in a bit of a 2-deck format right now. I guess you could say we're in like a 2.5 deck format. Like Metarian is there. Metarian is around. It is performing well. And I think this also goes to show that our tier list was very, very correct. Follow a hype train. God damn. Wait, did someone just... What just happened there? Oh, right, I scrolled down. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. I never understand hype trains. I've never really been a big hype train guy, so I just kind of ignore them for the most part. Konami moderating their own game, don't be absurd. I mean, that's the sad truth of it, really, isn't it? Where, like, I'm in a position where anytime I say anything about Rush or Duel Links, you should always take it with a grain of salt, right? I have always a reason to be more positive about the game than I should be, right? And that's because I make money from this game, right? I make money from ad revenue, people sub, you know, I have the YouTube channel. We have all of that feeding into me, right? So it is in my best interest for the game to be good. It is in my best interest for the perception of the game to be good. Therefore, it is in my best interest to influence you in a way to make you think that the game should be or is more positive than it necessarily is. That being said, I hate this. In my mind, this is awful. And it's not that I don't like these decks. Again, I think Music Princess is fine. I think Join Tech is fine, right? They're both a little bit overtuned, but they're both fun to play. They're both interesting decks. They're both enjoyable, right? It's that they're so much stronger than everything else. That is what I don't like, right? The fact that players are like, why would we even bother playing anything else when we've got these two decks that are just so strong, right? Hype Train is to convince more people to sub, that's all really. Yeah, I basically don't engage with it at all. Also, we should do a shout out to Shui. So there you go, Shui. Welcome on in. Obviously, we would just reply to you. It didn't really give you the shout out. How you doing, Shui? How you doing? Now you're always right, everyone else wrong. Now, I am very much the kind of person that if I make a mistake, if I'm wrong about something, I will very quickly try to rectify that. Because in my mind, like, what benefit is there to, like, having an ego, right? Realistically, having an ego doesn't get you anything, right? If anything, it gives people a negative perception of you. So there's no gain in doubling down, right? I mean, we saw this recently with, what was it, Pirate Software, who was, like, kept, like, doing, like, L take after L take and doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. And it's just, like, in my mind, like, I've always been raised to have manners, right? So in England, specifically, we are basically raised and taught that you should say please and thank you to everything, no matter how minuscule it is, right? If someone, you know, holds a door for you, you say thank you. If someone offers you something that you should be expected to get anyway, you still say thank you, right? So because of that, to me, the please, thank yous, and sorries are all, like, very normal. Like, to me, it's a very normalized thing. So I think if you do make a mistake, just own up to it, right? Just apologize. It's better for everyone. Doubling down never solves anything. The more the OP the deck and skill is, the more clickbait Tomato can use. In that note, Rituals Rush next box leaked PogChamp. Yeah, I mean, we did say about it, right? We did say, and there were the videos. They started coming in. Playing a bit of speed has taught me that a diverse meta isn't good when every deck is glue. Right. It depends on the meta, and it depends on what we consider glue, right? So Blue Eyes is an easy one, right? Blue Eyes typically has always been a very easy deck to play. I would push back on, like, some of the decks being glue, but, like, without actually playing them myself, it's not easy. I can't just be like, Shadow actually requires a brain to pilot, because I don't play Shadow, right? So, like, I can tell you that it feels like Shadow needs a brain to pilot. Is that Zorak with the follow? Hello, welcome on in, Zorak. And Kim Friends here as well, once again, just putting Chinese in the chat. The issue is, I feel like I need to start translating what Kim Friends says, in case he's just, like, being, like, horribly racist. And then I need to, like, ban him. But I'm pretty sure he isn't. I'm pretty sure, generally, Kim Friend's actually pretty chill. He just likes to have a little bit of a whinge, and now his whinges are in Chinese. So it's probably fine. But part of me is, like, just as a respectable, like, moderator of the space, I do need to, like, just make sure there's nothing bad being said. But yeah, I don't... For me, this meta is not super exciting. Like, I really like the Dragon deck. I don't really like Blue Eyes. I don't really like Shimibird. I don't really like Shadow. I don't really know about DM. Like, I've played against DM so many times, but I guarantee the DM deck I've played against is not this DM deck, right? Like, this has to be a different brew, because DM is, like, the freest deck to beat on ladder. But, like, this just looks like all the same DM lists. Like, what's new in here? Like, Illusion of Chaos? Like, Magician Souls are just... Actually, is Magikaribo, is this, like, new-ish? This was September 30th. Okay, so this is, like, newish. Those might just be the only new cards in here, actually. Oh, it's because we got the Dragon Master Knight and the new skill. Okay. I mean, I haven't really explored the new DM deck. You don't need any more reason to ban them, lol. You've got years of recipes. Years of recipes? I'm going to assume that means receipts. But yeah, for me, it's like... I don't know. If someone's not being, like, overly disruptive, if someone's not being, like... I don't know, like, racist or something, then, like, I don't see a point in banning them just for having a different opinion, right? Well, now I need to translate what Zorak is saying. This hand is timeless? Thank you. Okay. Alright. I suppose beyond the rush meta, right? Because like we said, right, we're effectively in a 2-deck format. Now again, Matarian is here, but it's like, does it matter that much? Seven's Road I think is also relevant enough to mention. These other 2 decks are kind of whatever. I mean, they're what? They're my Overlord deck, and then Baseball is the other one, which is just like 1 result each. It's kind of whatever, right? Also, is there use to the new ranked rush card? So we do have this new ranked card, 7 chance. Alright, so this card in my mind let's bump this up a bit. This card is very much a Brewer's card, right? This is not a card that I think is going to see widespread play, but I think some people will be cooking something interesting with it, right? So this is when an opponent's level 7 or higher monster declares an attack, draw 3 cards and show them. Then, if there are 2 or more level 7 monsters among them, gain life points equal to the number of those level 7 monsters times 15. So in an ideal world, you flip over at least 2 7s, you gain like 3,000 life points. You get a +3. So the best way to use this is probably like your opponent attacks, you activate card revitalization, or the card restoration even. Restoration draws you up to 5. Then 7 chance to draw you another 3, which puts you up to, what's that, 8 cards? And then on your next turn, you have 9 cards because you draw for turn. So you would theoretically gain life points from card restoration, then gain life points from 7 chance, and have a 9 card hand going into the next turn. That is the way you use this to the fullest, realistically. The question then becomes, how do we try and, like, maximize this, right? Because you could put this in, like... God, maybe even like a Miss Mutton brew, right? With the Secret Order skill. Because then you can play like 3 Handy Lady, 3 Miss Mutton. That gives you 6 level 7s to increase the chance that you draw into those. But then even then, I don't know if that's better than just like the Turbo Spell version with the hero package. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Mr. Tomato. Hello, chat. Hope you all have a great day. I hope you have a great day, Sakuretsu. The only rush card this month, the opponent deck has to have 2 high levels. Yeah, I mean, the thing to remember is that shouldn't be too difficult. The problem, the biggest problem is most of the decks that you're going to be playing against have ways to wipe out your back row, right? If you're playing against Joint Tech, they're going to cycle Rex or summon multiple Rex in a turn. They're going to pop all your back row, so you're never going to get to resolve this. If you're against Music Princess, well, they're going to use Ensemble Fighter to turn your shit off, or they're going to get out Full Orchestra and pop all your back row, right? So that is the big deterrent to this working, right? But if it did work, 9 cards in hand and a load of life points gained is pretty cool, right? But like we say, the likelihood that this does anything, I think, is going to be so small. This, to me, is more of a YouTube deck, right? Where the deck isn't going to like win a tournament, but you can get a bunch of replays of you winning with it and be like, look how cool this card was. And then it's like, oh, you know, how many games did you play? It's like, yeah, I played like 30 games and I won 4 of them, but those 4 games were sick, right? So you're saying we should get Seven's Treasure and Ryozai. So, Ryozai is a weird card. Even now, Ryozai would be really good, and the reason is it protects your back row. That is why Ryozai would be super good right now. 2700 defense is also really good, right? So I shouldn't like undersell that. There are like a lot of things, we should probably bring it up as well since we are like talking about it, even if it's only in passing. But Ryozai is her. So this is Deity of the 7 Treasures Ryozai. If you have a monster with 2700 defense or ship of 7 treasures in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand face up to your field. This card is limit 1, by the way, in the OCG. So anyone that is like, this seems kind of crazy, it is limit 1. There's only, I think, one other monster with 2700 defense that is a main deck monster. So getting this out is usually just have ship of 7 treasures in the graveyard. Continuous effect, face up level 7 monsters on your field and face down spell trap cards on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. So you get this out as a 2700 defender, protects itself, protects your other 7s, and protects all your back row, which is pretty good. Now, this got power crept in OCG by having cards like Riser, having cards like Caius, having cards like Giant Trunade, right? So even this effect, which was extraordinarily powerful when it came out, is still very strong right now, did get power crept to an extent, right? So it's not like the be-all, end-all, get this out, oh, you're invincible, but it is still really good, right? Only problem with Ryozai is most skills will probably lock it out of decks, like Fairy. I mean, that's what you want though, right? You don't want every deck to have Ryozai. Because that is a problem we had for a little while in OCG. If your deck was a level 7 deck, it was like, well, you're playing Ship of 7 Treasures. If you're playing Ship of 7 Treasures, you might as well play Ryozai. If you're playing other level 7s, you might as well play New Start, because that's just a really good level 7 tool. And then it just became like level 7 pile deck with like a specific kind of engine stuck in it, right? Imagine playing Trap Pigeon with this 8 traps is so back. I can't imagine that would be like super great, but like it could be fun. Not sheep, handy lady. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think this card is going to be like crazy or anything. I guess that takes us to the next thing, which is the Duel Links Meta Snapshot by Bismuth. So Bismuth, everyone should know Bismuth. Bismuth's amazing. Bismuth does the meta snapshots, and he's been keeping up to date with the speed and rush format. So there's nothing like super crazy in here, right? We got Blue Eyes, shocker. Everyone knows Blue Eyes is best deck right now. We've got Shino Bird. Everyone knows Shino Bird's second best deck right now. This was probably the surprising one, right? That Dark Magician did so well. Then we just have the Dragon deck. What is this? I don't recognize this art specifically. We've got Dinos here. We've got Rockets. We've got Speedroid. We have Sword Soul. Who are you? I don't recognize this girl either. Chimera, Ancient Gear. I don't recognize these 2 cards. I mean, we could just find out, right? One of them is Valance, which is probably this one. Who's the other one? Is it Evil Twin? Is that one of the Evil Twins? That doesn't look like an Evil Twin. Sunny Trouble. That's Live Twin Striker. Dark Magician is final getting a little bit of respect, not as much as BE. Well, like it's less about the deck needing respect, right, and more about if the deck was good, like genuinely, like really crazy strong, then it's going to be played, right? That's all it really comes down to. If players recognize a deck is good, they will play it. That's all it really comes down to. Live Twin Sunny Link 4. Ah, I see, I see. I've never been a huge Live Twin player, and whenever I play against them, all they seem to do is just loop, like, blue and pink again and again, and that's it. And then they lose. I think I very, very, very rarely ever lost to Live Twin. Tomato can't tell generic waifus apart, he's so washed. Well, if they'd stop being so generic, man. I mean, to be fair, none of the rest of this is waifus, right? It's only the 2 waifu decks I couldn't spot. Does anyone consider Guardian Angel Joan a waifu? Or the Shino Bird? Is this Baroness? I forget what her name is. I can go find out. Shino Baroness Peacock. I guess she's just Peacock. Oh no, because they're all Peacock. Why are they all Peacock? Are the Shino Birds just always Peacocks? Part of me is like, do you need the Peacock name in every single one of the names? I suppose they have it, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, I mean... There we go. So this is the Live Twin stuff. Where is it? This one. Evil Twin Trouble Sunny. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this card be summoned against me. Iwatu, kinda cute. I don't know about that one. I'm not sure about that. I consider Ultimate Tyranno as waifu. Yeah? I mean, is that deck here? There it is. So this was the one that was won by... in Quantum Dailies. My question is, what did this deck do to win? I suppose the big thing is it's on 3 droplet, 1 chalice. I'm trying to think what we've given up in this. So we're not playing Overtex. We're not playing... There's one other crucial card we're not playing here. What is it? What card are we not playing? I should know this. This is my deck. Oh, we're only playing 1 copy of Arch. Oh. Mind you, does the combo change? Do you need 2 Arch in this version of the deck? Because the issue you always have with the old one, if you open both Arch and you activate Misk, you then don't have a play, right? Because you can't search Arch. So in this version of the deck, if you just open Arch, do you just not get to play the game? Oh no, because you can use the skill to put your 1 Arch on the bottom of your deck. Right, okay, so that means the skills are... Well, Misk is always live, because you can always just put the card back into the deck. Okay, that's fine then. Did you see the recent results of preliminary team qualifier Battle Rush OCG tournament that took place in JP? I think the results were posted on Ragnarok Rush community. No, I did not see those. But also, team events are a bit weird, because they always have, like, strange rules. So, like, it kind of muddies the water a little bit. Girl bossing, gaslighting, floodgating. It is funny how Dino doesn't play their own skill anymore and just plays draw 2 skill. I mean, yeah. The fundamental difference between the two is if you play the Dino specific skill, one, you can use it on your opponent's stuff, which can be just good. But also it gives you a good line to get Link Karibo in the graveyard every single duel, like first turn easily, as well, which you need, by the way, to set up Double Evolution Pill, whereas in this version of the deck, people are sometimes just using Secure Gardener to get like that in. So you go Link Karibo, then you link off into Secure Gardener, which means that's how you get the Link Karibo into the graveyard now instead. But the other version gets you a Baby Ceresaurus to your hand, whereas this version basically gives you a +1 instead, right? So it's either you get the card that gets you a +1, or you just get a +1. Now the +1 is completely random, because it's just draw 2 cards, but you lose a card, so you're only getting a +1, right? So it's like, sometimes not as useful. The benefit really is that you only have to play 1 Arch, so I think that's what it really comes down to. Because like Baby... I mean, Baby can be really good, though. The only issue with Baby is it only gets you a level 4 or lower. So a lot of the time, you want to be searching Ultimate Conductor Tyranno off of your Oviraptor, because Ovi can search any. Like, it doesn't have to be a level 4 or lower. But sometimes you need Ovi to fix the hand. Like, sometimes you don't have the misc, you don't have the baby, so you need the Ovi to search one of these, and then you don't have access to a search for Conductor Tyranno, and that's where just getting a random draw would help, right? Dolka is also an improvement for dinos. Oh, yeah. I don't know if Tornado Dragon... I mean, maybe Tornado Dragon is really important in here. I mean, this won a tournament, so yeah, this is the list you should be looking at rather than listening to me. 25 streams straight from Zaki, boys. Whoa, calm down there, sir. Alright, so now we'll go and take a look at the new Rush cards, right? So first things first, Yu-Gi-Oh! Org has put a very, very annoying, like, thing, like the way they've, like, coded their website, to basically be like, if you want to see all the card effects, you now need to have your ad blocker off. Now, I respect that you want your ads on. What I don't like is how aggressive the ads are on this website. It is actually annoying. They have banner ads, they have side ads, they have videos that play in the corner, and they have, like, the bottom of the screen ad, and they have all of that shit all going at once. So it's like, we're going to basically force you to turn your ad block off if you want to use our website and, like, be able to read everything, right? So read all the, like, the translated effects, for example. But also, we're going to bombard you with the most obnoxious adverts ever. And it's like, could you not? Could you do one or the other? They need to pay for those selection boxes some way. Yeah, it is very tedious, but we'll jump... Look at this! Like, do I dare scroll down? Is that... Okay, that's fine. But, like, I don't know that these ads are going to be appropriate for stream. So it's like... At least no pop-up ads? I mean, yeah. I have kind of gone through ahead of time and closed a lot of it, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it's still very annoying. I swear soon enough, Yu-Gi-Oh! Org will be alerting me about local women in my area. And that's what I'm worried about, right? I don't want that shit. But we have this new card. This is a new Fire Machine card that we've been given. Which, I don't know, the art's pretty cool. It's not as cool as, like, some of the other ones, but, like, the art's fine. That's the point. How do I close that now that I've made it big? Oh, it's in a new thing. Okay, that's fine then. No, it's not. Right, we have to go back. Which means this is... Oh, shit, it's going to open again. But maybe we just don't do that in the future. Guys, it's packed with pride. Alright, let's read this card's effect. During the turn this card was normal summoned, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Choose one face-up machine monster on the field and have it gain 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. So you could choose itself to go up to 19, but look at this. The monster chosen by this effect is destroyed during the end phase of this turn. Okay. I mean, it's not crazy. It's not like, insane. It's fine. Man, music is really taking a while to load today. Alright, first look at the greediest stuff. So, we have... Super Time Space Fighter Vic Viper, or just Gradius. So it's just the 1200 vanilla. We have Gradius' options. Then the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Choose one face at level 4 Light Machine monster with an original defense of 800 on your field. And have this card gain attack equal to the original attack of the chosen monster until the end of your opponent's next turn. The lingering attack boost, always nice. Then we have Gradius Full Custom. So this is a level 4 Light Machine. So we can have Gradius option become a copy of this or gain its attack. This is made using Gradius plus Gradius' option plus Gradius' option. So this is a contact fusion where we have to use 3 monsters. Continuous effect, this card cannot be destroyed by effects. This card's attack pierce. So the monster is good, right? 3200. Piercer, can't be destroyed by effects, is good. Is it worth 3 monsters? So my next question is, can we easily summon Gradius and Gradius' option? Can we easily add them to our hand to get them on, you know... Just, like, hoping we draw into all 3 is a bit ludicrous, right? It looks like D-Robo from Vanguard. Yes. That's the Victor one, right? The Victor... Ride line? I don't know if that's what we're calling it these days. Shockborger's Mare can be used on one of the level 8 fire machines. Also, the Gradius Fusion, but it doesn't serve much purpose. I mean, it's there to mill a card, right? You mill a card from the top of your deck, and then you get to add 1,000. Sometimes that'll be enough, sometimes it won't, right? Tomato getting targeted ads for pasta feels like a hate crime. No, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Alright. Next up, mostly naming, blah, 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 blah. So we have this thing. So this is place 1 face-up monster on your field at the bottom of the owner's deck. Choose 1 light machine monster with 800 defense in your graveyard, add it to the hand. If Power Capsule Red is in your graveyard, when you fusion summon a level 4 light machine monster with 800 defense by sending monsters from your hand to 0. Okay. I mean, is this even worth a damn? Okay, so we get to add a card back. That's fine. That's good. If Power Capsule Red, which we haven't looked at yet, is in your graveyard, you can fusion summon level 4 light machine monster with 800% monsters from your hand or field to the graveyard. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Power Capsule Blue. If there is a face-up Gradius on your field, choose up to 3 face-up monsters on your opponent's field whose total levels are 8 or less and destroy them. But with the rest of the turn, you cannot attack with monsters except with machine monsters in the visual defense of 800. I never like these cards which are like, yeah, you can pop a load of weak monsters, only level 8 or less. And it's like... Alright, excavate the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal them, choose up to 1 Gradius and a light machine effect. Look at this crap, bro. These ads are so annoying. With 800 defense from among them and add them to your hand, place the remaining cards of the deck in any order. My immediate feeling is these aren't very good. Like, this card is in general just not great, but there's at least some extra added value by having this card get a bonus effect. But then it's like, does it matter that you can fusion summon if it's all contact anyway? So this is only going to be relevant if you already have a fusion monster out and you want to make another one. Which, I mean, that can be really good. This is, like, okay. But against some matchups, this is going to feel like it does next to nothing. Such pain to bring out the fusion. We need a name changer. D-Robe is a Dimension Police. Kote use them. Oh, you think he looks like the Dimension Police? Where is he? I don't know. I think he looks more like, I can't remember the name, but the ones that, like, Victor is part of, like, their... Like, it's the... I know it's the Nova Grapplers, but I can't remember what, like, the specific Nova Grapplers were that, like, Victor was a part of. Because there was one that had, like, the big head. And it kind of reminds me of that. Power Capsule Blue is very good if you run Jointech Prime Rex. I guess Prime Rex has 800 defense is the logic. Extreme Battlers, that's the one. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. My favorite part about Power Up Gauge is that it makes you -1 for some reason. Yeah, I don't know, man. I assume we might get more support for them, and then, like, that'll answer some of the questions, but yeah, it's very strange. Is that the Machine Trap -500 monster cover? I mean, we haven't looked at it yet. Dragonic Peace Bomber. When your opponent sets a spell/trap card during your opponent's turn, choose 1 face-down spell trap on your opponent's field and destroy it. Then if there is a spell card other than a normal spell in your card in your opponent's graveyard, you can choose up to 2 monsters in your hand and or graveyard and special summon them to your field face up. This is so weird. So, first, it's like an MST, right? Your opponent sets a card, you immediately pop it, right? So, if your opponent has more spell traps, they could just set them again. I feel like that's fine. In which case, sometimes this is going to feel a bit meh. But then if they have a spell card other than a normal spell, so you would side this in against ritual decks, I guess. And then you get to special summon 2 monsters, which is like, okay. But then you also have to then make sure you have 2 spots free during your opponent's main phase. And then if your opponent just doesn't set a back row, you just don't get to use this. So, like, what's the best case scenario? Your opponent wipes your board, then sets a back row, you activate this in response. I don't know, this just seems awful. This just seems really bad. Prime lowers its level by 3. Ah, I see. What does the OCG meta look like, by the way, Tomato? So the OCG meta right now is very much focused around Monarchs. Then, like, the counter to Monarchs is Animagica. That's kind of like a good, strong out to Monarchs that people have gone with. So that's now, like, kind of the other good deck. Beyond that, it's The second best deck is probably Magician of Black Chaos, and then like Outerverse, and then you start getting to like the other decks, right? I guess like Harpies should also be mentioned in there, and then like you get a step down to like the next tier of decks. So like there's not a ton of actual like anime decks going around at the moment. Cosmos? I mean, I don't think Cosmos has been performing super well. I mean, we can go and take a look, right? If I go over here. See if we can find it quick. Nah, it's probably going to be too much of a faff to find it right now. But yeah, as far as I know, Cosmos hasn't been doing super well in tournaments. Like, it's been doing okay, but, like, nothing crazy. I think that's pretty much it for the big ones. There are, like, some other ones, like Red Eyes has been doing okay. Like, nothing, like, crazy, but, like, it's around. Alright, then we'll go to Psycho Jump promo being everyone's favorite Book of Life. Now, Book of Life is a weird card. This is a very, very strong spell card. I think the reason it's going to be somewhat balanced is because it locks us to zombies, right? You can only resurrect zombies. There aren't many zombies worth bringing back with this. Now, the big one is going to be Lurker, because you can play Lurker in anything. But what I think is going to be more prominent is going to be people using this to bring back the new rituals, right? I think you can use this to bring back the Necromade rituals, which I think is actually going to be pretty cool. So, like, it's a really good card, right? Like, theoretically, this is going to work like it does in TCG. And what that means is, we get to bring back any zombie from our graveyard. So, the way that you make really good use of the ritual zombies at the moment is that you summon them out, use their effect, then you put them in the graveyard, bring them back again, right? So that's where this is going to go well. Because if you go ritual summon out zombie, activate his effect, shuffle 3 from the graveyard back into my deck, like pop a card, right? Then you activate another ritual spell, send the zombie who's now already used its effect to the graveyard, bring out a fresh zombie, that zombie uses its effect, shuffle 3 from graveyard into deck, pop a card or bounce a card. Then you can go Book of Life, bring back the first zombie ritual that we sent to summon the second one, bring that out, use its effect to pop something else, and then it's like, well, what else do you have, right? If we have more copies of ritual spells or more copies of Book of Life, we could just keep this going, right? So I think that's where it's going to get really interesting, is how much you can just rip your opponent's board apart. But it's going to be interesting to see how it ends up working. I assume it's going to be very simple. I assume it's just going to be special summon any zombie from your graveyard to your field, and then choose a monster in your opponent's graveyard and put it on the bottom of their deck. That's how I assume this is going to work. Lily is being splashed into Monarch. Book of Life Necromade is Konami's favorite child trust. Necromade, I think, it's an okay deck. I don't think it's, like, crazy strong, but, like, it's decent. I don't think it's, like, weak. I just think it's, like, not insane, right? Cosmos has been around. One of the bigger unofficial event had 2 in top 4. Ah, what event was this, Bolt? Was this, or Volt? I don't know why I'm saying Bolt. I know your name is Bolt on Twitter, but we know that you're Volt. Because I've only seen... Cause it's a bit weird, right? Because, for example, we have Ragnarok, which probably has been doing, like, some of the bigger events that I've seen at the very least. But Ragnarok is also... It's hard to, like, gauge. Because I think in their last event, like, just nobody was playing Monarchs. So it's like, is that an accurate representation of the meta where no one's playing the best deck, right? Skull Servant Chad will adore Book of Life. I mean, yeah, anything that's a zombie deck will, right? Realistically. I think it's such a strong card, right? Just, if you just had a card that was resurrect any monster from your graveyard, full stop, everyone would play that card, right? It would just be so good. Black Flame Cup is 45 people. It's the one Animagica one. Ah, I see. I don't actually know what Black Flame Cup is. I haven't actually heard of it. Like, is this a, like a Western tournament? Or is it a, like, Japanese tournament? Or... Hey, look, it's my favorite tomorrow. Hello, Victor. Have you gotten a haircut? Oh, yeah. I barely recognize you. If it wasn't for your voice, I wouldn't have actually recognized you. It looks good on you. I mean, it's me with shorter hair. That's all it is. All right, the last card to take a look at is the card that was revealed today. We have Udzu the Frost Purifying Purebreed. So level 3, 1000 attack, 500 defense, light beast. During the turn this card is normal summoned, choose one non-legend normal trap card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. After this effect is activated, you cannot set spell or traps from your hand until the end of the turn. So this is a weird one, right? Because you can get back a normal trap, but then you can't set it. So it's like, are we getting back a trap to discard for an effect, or are we getting back a trap to hold until next turn, right? JP one, I wish we had 45 players for an English one. Yeah, I mean, that would be great, right? Was it? I assume it was an in-person event then. It was just like an unofficial in-person event. One day. It feels like we're getting something that can be activated in hand. I don't know. I feel like this is more of a, like, get back a card so you can discard it. I'm trying to think, because Animagica is a trap deck for the most part at the moment, and is a beast light deck. So this could go in there. But then I'm like, what do we want a discard for? I haven't played Animagica in ages, so... Imperm coming to Rush, trust me. I mean, that would be kind of crazy. But yeah, that's kind of it for that. So I think that's it from Yu-Gi-Oh! Org, and now I can get off of that website. With its horrible ads. It's horrible ads. But yeah, I think that's kind of everything, right? That's all of our yapping. Like, we've got our Music Princess stuff. We talked about the Join Tech stuff. We talked about the meta. We're good to go. That's why? Because I was thinking that, but I was using your logic. Yeah. Alright. With that all said and done, I think it's time to try out some Miss Mutton. We're going to see how this goes. I would assume this is going to go okay. That is my gut feeling, is that Miss Mutton is going to perform quite well. Especially, like, considering we're in silver. But, I mean, we'll see. Maybe it really won't. Choose my game mat from Rarity. What game mat do you want, Rarity? Because at the moment, we are on the one that... Was it Corey chose? I think it was Corey. Ooh. It was our very first game. Going to be against Joint Tech. Oh, it's not. Okay, so is this Sidra or is this Heroes? I would expect it to be one of those. Only 5 and extra makes me lean towards probably Sidra. Anyone play the new Zelda on Thursday, by the way? It's actually the biggest size Switch game so far. It's the like Dynasty Warriors Zelda, right? Asana Tiger Mat from the recent Tiger rerun event. If you have it, I should have it. So yeah, we can, if I remember. My biggest issue is I always forget. But yeah, if we remember, we'll definitely take a look. Ooh. I mean, there's no way we're ending our turn with 2 of these in hand, so I guess we're going to just throw down a Secret Order. Activate the skill, boost the attack up. Unfortunately, we don't just have like a Sparkman. Like any other hero, not Avian. Anything other than Avian or Clayman would have been threatening lethal. Actually, no, it wouldn't. I don't know why I'm even saying that. Of course it wouldn't. He had 22 left. We just did our maths wrong. We did our maths extremely wrong. I thought he had 12. I don't know why I thought he had 12. I'm just bad at maths. Oh, there's Pierce. Alright, let's go Pot of Greed. I mean... We'll summon out the Sparkman. No delay. We'll activate Pierce. I guess I'll just set this. I think I just kind of am happy to like leave things as they are here. We'll use Servant of Dawn. I guess we'll boost this just in case. Yeah. I don't think that's a game worth talking about, to be honest. I want to have a look at what his back row were, but we'll take a look quick. We'll have a quick gander. We'll see if he was on. Yeah. The funny thing is, this would have worked on that second turn. That wouldn't have saved him. I mean, Slime would have worked. So, like, he actually had not an awful back row setup to deal with us, but obviously he just did not draw enough monsters to do anything. Just Pierce. Well, yeah. It's like, it's trying to play around as much stuff as possible, though, right? Because we were trying to play around Widespread, which is why we put the boost onto Sparkman, right? Under the slight assumption that something could have happened. Mind you, I suppose by doing that we weren't playing around Recital. 16 plus 800. Yeah, but we were talking about instead of Clayman, not instead of Miss Mutton. I think with this hand. No, I think with this hand, we're just gonna do this. This way we guarantee that we get a monster on the board. If we draw 3, there's no guarantee we draw into more monsters. And we have 3 back rows, so now if he snipes them, he has to snipe the correct ones. Sorcerer comes down. Right, so now is he going to start sniping back row? He's not. He goes straight into this. This is fine. We don't care about this. Why hasn't he used the skill? I mean, he's only got 1 card left. So I think we do use Shady here, right? I don't want this in my hand, because we can just draw into Secret Order anyway. With 1 card in hand, he can't activate Fusion. So the last card in hand was a Seven's Road Witch. But, like, what does this get you? You can add 2, but then you have to send 1, so you're only going to have a maximum of 1 card in hand. Roadstar Magician. Now we send 1 to bin. Sends the Roadstar. What is the benefit of this play? So now we summon out Witch, and we just have Witch. Who, by the way, can't clear Clayman. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Alright, let's Pog. Let's Elemental Circulation. There's the Meet and Greed. I mean, I guess we'll Elemental Circulation again, like, why not? We don't need 2 of this. We only have 1 copy of that. That's a bit sad. But I guess it's fine, right? So we could just go... Summon Clayman. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon this. Activate Secret Order. Bring this out. Summon Sparkman. Activate Meet and Greed. Activate Pierce. Activate Servant of Dawn. GG! Alright. I mean, that counts as a real duel, right? I think the only thing that was a bit weird was him using the skill after doing everything else. I think that was a bit weird. But, like, other than that, that was kind of fine. Oh, 07 Sidra. Sorcerer. Hello, Globe, by the way. Welcome, welcome. Plenty other skill, never mind he wasn't, so you can send from field. I gotta go have a good one, Tomato. Oh, it's send 2, I thought it was send 3. I don't know what we're talking about there, but... Alright. Let's go again. We simply go again. This might be a bit of a shorter stream today, by the way. I might have to go and do something in just under an hour. I don't know. So we'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. But I might have to end stream a little bit early today. But that's fine. We're still going to get plenty of games in. Light Galaxy. Okay. Oh! Change the map. I remembered it. Then I looked at chat, saw the message, and I was like, ah! Alright. We'll try and remember next time. But we will forget, because it is what I do. I am good at forgetting things. What is this skin? Is this a Silent Swordsman? Or Silent Magician even? I mean, I guess we just go Secret Order. Summon this out. So otherwise it's going to get stuck in our hand and we can't do anything with it. So now the question becomes, if we attack with both of these, this over this is only going to be 15. I don't think it's enough to warrant having Avian in attack mode, so I think we're just going to do this. And then we'll pass. It's nothing crazy, and our board's probably going to get outed, but like this hand was never doing anything crazy anyway. This feels like the free Light Galaxy deck. Are you saying that because Cosmo Titan is in it? I will also push back on, I think Cosmo Titan is still a good card. It's not like a good card, but like it's an acceptable card to play. Meet and Greed goes. Rest in peace, Meet and Greed. I mean, as is, we are super fine here. Well, has a bit more damage. I mean, if we just draw a Meet and Greed, I mean, that's a Meet and Greed. Right, we'll go Pog. No delay. This hand, ironically, does not do a lot, which is very funny. But we set this. We'll go Meet and Greed. I mean, I guess we're just sending both of these. I don't really want to give up my last Meet and Greed. How much is this? 15, 15, 15. This is actually going to be tight, isn't it? 16, 15, 15. That's 3,000. Yeah, that's more than enough. So we'll just go to battle with this. And then if he has widespread, he has widespread. Which it doesn't look like he has. The downside being, that wasn't really a game, so I don't think I can save that replay. I mean, we'll take a look at his deck. We'll take a look at what he's playing. Right, now we need to change the map. 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 Alright. Deck editor. Deck settings. Change accessories. Event. Alright, so now we have to work out where the Tiger event mats are. It's the Tiger Asana one, right? This one. I assume this is it. Tialina and Asalina. Is that their names? Is that like their dub names? Because it's Tia Dozier, right? And it should just be Asana. Oh, we want to actually take a look at his deck. Let's quickly have a gander. See what's going on in there. 2 copies of this, 2 copies of this. Only 2 of this. This looks like... This is 2 copies of the free deck. Is what it looks like. That's their nicknames in the dub. In the sub, it was Haruichi and Asachi. I don't remember them having nicknames. But then again, I haven't like watched Sevens proper in a long time. I actually occasionally, while I've been like working, if I've been working like at home or whatever, I will just have the Twitch playing Yu-Gi-Oh reruns channel up, and they did Sevens recently, and so I was just like rewatching dub Sevens. Man, some of the episodes in Sevens are so good. Again, it's been like years since I've seen them, so I was like, oh, I don't remember these being like this good. So we're again playing an archive skill, only 2 in extra. It is still Sidra. Summons out Proto. Tributes for search. Can't use search. Well, I guess we're going to curse. Then we will go Cirque. Three Pierce. This is such a strange hand. I mean, we don't really have many options, so we're going to go Secret Order. Summon out Princess of the Flock. But, like, where do we go from here? If he had 3 monsters, we'd have an easier decision to make. Right, this is happening either way. What's the effective search? During the main phase that you normal or special summon this card. Leaving either of these means I get hit back. The question now is, are we activating Meet and Greet or not? If we set the trap, we have to hope that our opponent doesn't have a way to out us. If we attack, we could just get beaten up anyway. Just pierce him twice. The issue with that is, like, I could attack both monsters and clear them, but then I wouldn't have Shady online. I think that might still be the best option to have. The question is, like, do we keep the Shady or not? Like, an offline Shady. Attacking over this, that's 16, so that'd be 22. Which, like, is not an insignificant amount of damage. The issue is we've only got 1 pierce, like, left after this. I think we're going to Meet and Greet, because I think getting rid of both of these is going to end up being really important. But we are going to get rid of that. I tell you, let's YOLO this. Let's just absolutely YOLO. Like, losing this doesn't really matter, so I think it's fine. Oh no! Oh, that's fine. We're protected. I for a second there, I thought that was going to be negate attack or slime, and I was going to be like, oh no. But we might just be fine, right? I mean, like, what do we die to? We died to, like, Twin plus Assault. We died to, like, Twin plus just a regular Cyber Dragon. Like, there's a lot of stuff we do just die to here. Unfortunately, Lone Miss Mutton is not usually the best end board. They show more than DM and GX in those lives. I see them play those 2 and one day specifically as Exel. Yeah, they do play a lot. They were doing 7s, and then after they finished 7s, they went on to the Bonds Beyond Time move. Not Bonds Beyond Time, the other one. DSOD. They did DSOD. Okay, so this gets him Fusion. He uses these 2 together, goes into Twin, attacks over 800, attacks in for 28, so that would be 36, attacks for another 8, so that's 44. So he would need 1600 attack on the last card in hand for us to be dead here. Okay, so we are alive. I mean, a Secret Order, and we should just have lethal. Well, there's a Secret Order. Hog. I guess. I'm trying to think of a way we don't win here. I'm pretty sure we're just fine. Like, no matter what. If it's like slime, doing anything else doesn't matter. So I think this is the best we have. Yeah, so like summoning more guys doesn't make us win or lose any harder or any easier, right? So this is the best we could come up with. Okay, that's fine. That's irrelevant. 2 barrages, if anything, that's pretty good for us, because that means he has less cards to kill us with. Right now, he swings over 2 of our guys. He needs 2 normal summons. Okay, so we're fine. We're already taking 300 damage here. Now, if he attacks the wrong one, excellent. Down to 11. We do get to keep Burst Tricks. Oh, okay, that is fine. That is actually completely fine. So we'll normal summon, see if there's a delay. No delay. We tribute 1. Tribute 2 to summon this. We set. Activate the skill. Boost the attack up. Go to battle. Does he have another trap? He has another trap! It's card restoration! Oh my god, we are getting, like, actually bullied by this man. I mean, again, there was no possible way to do more damage than that. There was no possible way. So now, we have 2k defenders. We just need him to run into one of them. Oh, right, how low can he get Miss Mutton? He would need to get it... Right, he didn't activate the effect. Okay. So this clears our entire board, and then we're back to, like, needing to draw something. That means we lose the game. Oh, no, we lost to this! I mean, to be fair, he absolutely customed us there, right? He literally had Buffered Slime 1 turn into card restoration to just allow him to live. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. But it is what it is. Alright, we'll just get out of here if he's just going to spend ages. Oh, that feels sad. Ah, we were so close. We were so close. Mantis got a prismatic Meeg. Oh, yeah. Thoughts on Tribute to the Doomed on Joint Tech? The main issue I have with it is the discard can be really, really painful. But, like, outside of that, it's just good, right? Like, the only reason not to use it would be because your opponent... The reason to use it, typically, is going to be because either your opponent's, like, really, really big that you can't deal with, which I don't know how often that's going to happen, or if your opponent has set monsters you can't deal with. But if it's set monsters, you should be able to deal with it with, Kong or with Golem anyway. The only reason that this deck runs only normal monsters is because of Shiny Shady. Basically, so the reason the deck does well is because of Shiny Shady, but you don't need effect monsters in this deck, right? Because you want to pile up as many heroes as possible because that's your engine for your draw power. So, like, it kind of just works out that you don't need effect monsters. It's like, what effect monster would you play in here? Like, maybe, like, Boltracorn? Like, turn off your opponent's back row for when you want to just execute the FTK? Or the OTK? Okay. Let's hope we draw into a hand, because this at the moment isn't really doing much. Well, we don't need you. Guess we'll go Cirque again, because just having Playman defense mode isn't, like, crazy good. Assuming that has 1300 defense, which it should, if we attack over that, we will have, we'll be, what, 38? 38 minus 15 is 23. So it won't be lethal at the moment, regardless. Right, we're going to get rid of this secret order. This might end up being a mistake. We're going to activate Pot of Greed. Okay. Hmm. Alright, well, normal summon Sparkman. No delay. Activate Secret Order. Bring back Princess of the Flock. We will... I'm trying to think if we want the Pierce or not. Does it matter? So as is, this attacks over this for 23, it attacks over that for 25, and that should be lethal. So it comes down to what his back row is. So let's just go for it. Let's YOLO. The YOLO play is always going to be the more fun play either way, right? So... Okay, so he does have a delay. It was a 15 as well. There's the buffered slime. Okay, so we did have the buffered slime, but we're still in a really good position. We've got them down to 14. We have 2 monsters that have, like, okay stats on the board. We only have 2 monsters as well, so if this is tier thing, we shouldn't... I mean, we still could just die. It's Void Destruction, okay. Zuijo duel? Yeah, unfortunately, it's, like, the worst Zuijo, right? Like, this is the very first Dark Galaxy skill. This skill was, like, good when it came out, but I think it's just past its prime a little bit here. Elysium. Flips it down. 3,000 attack. Then activates TSA. I mean, I don't really think we needed the TSA, but... So, the only problem we have right now is we have already used 2 Secret Order. But if we do get our 3rd Secret Order, we can just attack over this and threaten lethal. And that's lethal through most things. Obviously, if he has, like, a card restoration and heals up, right? There's not really much we can do about that, but... Alright, well, right now, this hand does nothing, so we have to activate Cirque. So we'll send this, we'll draw 3. Oh. I think Meet and Greed ain't doing anything for us, regardless here. I think we do go for these 2 for sure. We'll just tribute this out, because having it in hand doesn't do anything for us. Activate got to 32, or 31 even. So we attack over that, that's only just 15. I mean, that is lethal. But the question is, like, if that doesn't work, having this attack mode doesn't do me any good whatsoever. So I think we just have to do this. And then, like, yeah, this is what we were worried about. It was NA as well. Most people are not playing NA Slime, right? NA Slime is specifically really good into exactly Miss Mutton and Baseball. So the fact that this guy is, like, I think he's just playing a really old deck back when they were really, really good. Lucky there's no Chrysale. I mean, we would probably be dead regardless, right? The issue is he has basically, like, he's accidentally countered us, which is, like, really annoying. Oh god, is this going to be Chrysale? Yep. Alright, watch him mill. He's going to mill at least 2, and so we're just super dead. Yeah, there's 2. Yep. I mean, what do you do when you're accidentally hard countered, bro? That is actually 2 duels back to back where our opponents have been on Slime, where most people are just not playing Slime anymore. Again, the only reason you play Slime these days is for Baseball and Mutton, and yet, here we go. Hey, special processing for Shining Flower Man. It's the issue with an OTK deck, right? Is occasionally your opponent will have the out to the OTK and then you'll just lose. The issue is, I think because we're playing in silver, there's a lot more bad players playing bad decks, and ironically, bad decks can have cards in them that stop us. It's like we lost to that Cyber Dragon player because of card restoration, bro. Of all the cards. Of all the cards. Alright. Probably Red Boot? Nope, it's another archive skill. So, Hero or Sidra? No excuse unlocked. Opponent was too bad. It's not an excuse, bro. It's the reason. Bro, trying to bait so hard right now. I mean, this hand, unfortunately, is not fantastic. It's always going to be the issue with this deck, is if we don't have... Oh. My earphones have stopped working, which means you guys probably can't hear anything, except my voice. One moment. Alright, that should fix it. Okay, this hand is not ideal, if we're being completely honest. The question becomes, do we go aggressive against Hero or Sidra? I think against either, we still go defensive. Probably do this and see what he does. Okay, it is Hero. That's just annoying either way, because I just want all of the back row. So now, if he goes into Flare, we basically have to pop it. Or what's it called? Blaze? I think it was called. Burst, that's the one. Yeah, so we basically have to flip this down. We can't just give this up for free, right? Especially since we kept that card in hand. So this isn't, like, ideal. But don't tell me he's got... Wait, has he? Yeah, he can't have used the skill. Yeah, so we'll use the skill, do that. Oh, okay. Grabs the fusion. Summon out Avian. Use the two together. Probably Flame Wingman. Oh, we're going to stop. Wait, what? What? Why did we Starry start after using the skill? Because we just lost value there for no reason. Because we could have just had an extra fusion. Okay. Now we have Voltic. Because we could have done it here. We could have used the skill here, got rid of the Burst Wingman. Okay, we do take the 16, which kind of sucks, but Clayman gets to live. The problem now is that we are just forever at the mercy now of a Miracle Fusion play just killing us. Because the Flame Wingman's already in play. We are just really not roaring super well here, are we? Alright, circulation. Oh, that's not doing us any good. Pot of Greed? Can we find... Alright, there's Mutton. We finally have Mutton online. Is this just lethal? So we go Secret Order. Summon Miss Mutton. Who's cute as a button. We go Servant of Dawn. Boost the attack up. We go meet and greed. Send 1. We send 2. Reduce the attack of 2 of your monsters. Summon. Go get him, Miss Mutton. Show him who's cute as a button. Down with heroes. Bah! Tomato Kid, you need to sing her theme song in order to get good luck. I mean, it's not even like... So the only, like, bad luck, I think, when playing this deck is... I mean, I guess you can still brick in a lot of different ways, right? If you open nothing but normal monsters, you're not really doing anything. If you open nothing but spell traps, you're not really doing anything. But, like, the really bad part is if you just don't find Miss Mutton. If all 3 Miss Muttons are at the bottom of your deck, like, what are you realistically doing? Because it's like, if you're not using the Miss Muttons, the deck becomes, like, Sparkman beat down with Pierce, right? So you just need to find Miss Mutton. The main issue we've been having is our opponents having, you know, trap cards specifically that work under Miss Mutton. When obviously the whole strength of the deck is that, at least in tournament play, opponents are basically playing trap cards that don't work against Miss Mutton. Nathan Senpai. I think I've played against this guy a few times, actually. The name does seem familiar. Okay, this is actually Joint Tech. Right, Best Tech, Joint Tech. Let's go. Can we beat Best Tech? He's also got really good matte sleeves. I'm not liking our odds right now, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think we have to pog, because I need another monster. Okay. The question now becomes, can I get away with not setting something? I think we still settle 3, because we need to find the Miss Mutton regardless. Okay. I think we're in an okay spot. We're probably going to lose a back row, maybe... Oh, it's Stampede? Oh no, this is the one. What was the one I was thinking of? What's the other Joint Tech school called? The one that like dumps 3 in the graveyard. I thought it was that one for a second. He sent Pot of Greed to the graveyard. Tributes to summon Stegoselos. Well, Stegoselos ain't doing much for you right now. We know he has the Rex in hand still, so I guess he's going to summon it after he flips this. I mean, that flip wouldn't have done anything even if he got heads anyway. I don't know what Joint Tech do. So Joint Tech is the best deck in the game right now. The gist is the skill lets them send some cards to grave, which is already just pretty good, right? Then it lets you summon out your Rex and your Stegoselos for only 1 tribute, so you can summon them very, very easily. Stegoselos is really good at popping face-up monsters, and Rex is really good at popping back row. But against set monsters, they're not very good. That's why players play either Ancient Gear Golem or Shield Boring Kong to deal with defense position monsters. But obviously he hasn't got any of that right now, so he can't make use of that, right? Oh, if we had our other copy of Secret Order, this would go unbelievably hard. Now, this hand is still really, really good. We might even just win here. But this would, like, pop off so hard. Right. We'll go Secret Order, summon out Miss Mutton. Activate our skill. Boost Miss Mutton's attack. Activate Meet and Greed. Reduce our opponent's attack. And we swing over this. Swing over this. Swing over this. And that's Miss Mutton beating Joint Tech Best Deck. Let's go. I mean, we saved that one, right? We easily saved that one. I'm waiting for Joint Tech Fusions and Maximum with Light Galaxy Maximum and Fusions 2. It's been so long, Konami. The big issue we have, really, is we got the Galaxy Fusions so early. Like, so unbelievably early for seemingly no reason, right? They kind of made a big splash, like, a lot of people were, like, happy to see them, right? Like, they're really fun cards to play with. But they came out so early, and then as soon as they gave us those fusions, they then doubled back and went back to 7s for ages and ages and ages. So, like, getting the new maximum cards is a little bit weird. Because, like, if we're going by anime timeline, and if we're going by release schedule, we shouldn't have any of that stuff for a while yet. Especially, like, the maximums. I'm trying to think, actually. I think we got the Jointech Maximum, I want to say, came out at the same time as the Jointech Fusions. I think those two actually came out at the exact same time. But the Light Galaxy Max was later. That was towards the end of, like, the Phaser arc. Hello, Serena. Welcome, welcome. Fraud Tech sucks, Miss Mutton better. Real and true. You could say they rush. Yeah, they basically, like, they got them out so early. Like, it was a bit weird. Like, to the point where we were like, if they're doing this early, they could do anything this early, right? That's where our theory about them releasing Phaser as a big, like, world's update came from. Because it's like, well, if they jump to this, they could jump to that. It's not that much further than where that was in the release schedule anyway. But, like, it's like they jumped ahead and then they've like pulled everything back. They've been like, no, just that's coming out early, nothing else. No traps. I think we set the whole hand with this. I like having 3 in the back row. We could activate our Cirque and then draw into high-level monsters, which doesn't help us. Like, if we draw Miss Mutton right now, we'd just be sending it to the graveyard and that'd be it. Okay, losing Curse is probably fine here. Wait, do we have no way to activate the skill? Alright, we just get a freebie. Okay, let's see what we can get. Still no Mutton, but again, we do have Circulation, so we can go ahead and use this. I mean, nothing in this hand is super useful to me, if we're being completely honest, so we'll get rid of Avian. We'll go Circulation again. Get rid of Burst. Right, there's a Miss Mutton. What other back row? We have a Meet and Greet already, so we don't need this Meet and Greet, is what you're telling me. We can send this. We don't have another one is the issue. So I'll be stuck with this 18. If we attack over those, assuming they're 1400 defense monsters, we could go up to 38. 38 attack over both would be 24 plus 24, which means that would be lethal. So it comes down to, does he have a trap card that stops us? I guess we're going to find out. So we'll go Secret Order. Summon the Mighty Mutton. Activate Servant Adorn. Activate Pierce. Activate Meet and Greet. No! Why do they always have a trap? Alright, oh, that one might not matter. Oh! It's maximum deck! Alright, he is giga dead. He's actually giga dead here. Okay. Oh! I was like, why are you playing this trap in Spellcasters? Because it was not Spellcasters. I was like, it's so unlucky as well that he drew 6 cards and didn't find a way to activate the skill. And now we know why. Because he was playing a completely different deck. Pleased that more maximums. It's slowly becoming my most hated mechanic in Duelist Rush. I think maximums are fine. The problem you have with maximums is you need to play out to the maxes, right? Back when everyone was playing TSA, because TSA was just a good card, maximums didn't matter as much because everyone was playing TSA. Now, if a maximum comes out and it gets in the way, now it's a problem because not every deck has an automatic out to them, right? Like, if you're playing heroes, you don't really care about maximums. If you're playing spellcasters, you don't really care about maximums. But if you're playing, like, Jointech, if you're playing Light Galaxy, if you're playing Music Princess, suddenly, like, a Floodgate maximum is devastating, right? So, like, it depends on the era in which it comes out. We will obviously have a big wave of maximums at some point. Like, we know that's going to happen because there are a bunch more maximums to come out. There's going to be, like, a big maximum arc when, like, Phaser comes out. I'm not a big fan of Heavenly Selection, if I'm being honest, but other than that. Launch Phaser now, Konami. Bring back Maximum. I mean, again, I really like Maximums. I think Maximums are cool. I think, again, Maximums become problematic when they are being used in a format where they're not meta. Because then it becomes... so, like, it's like... You're telling... Should I be including cards in my deck to out something that I shouldn't expect to be playing against? And if I don't play those cards... Depending on the deck I'm playing, I could just automatically lose the matchup. And that's never great, right? I mean, that's how I got that top 4 finish with Overlord, because people didn't expect it. People weren't playing outs to it. That's it. It was cheese. It is a strategy that has lots of holes. If you can have a way to deal with those, then you just beat the deck easy peasy. If you don't have a way to deal with it, you just lose. I mean, that is the definition of cheese. A strategy that has holes in it. In the anime, the EMAC, Fusion, and Machine were one arc apart, but released in the same set. Oh, yes, okay. I'm trying to think of the duels where they happened. Because obviously it's after the time skip. I want to say it was Yuhi's first duel after the time skip. He uses Power Bond on the Stinger, I think it's called. Like the Jointech Fusion. I can't remember the duel where he summons out the maximum. How do we want to play this? Do we just go defensive? Like, I can attack over these, but like... heroes can struggle to beat set 3. So I think I might just go defensive. Like, he gets a free +2 off that, but that's kind of whatever. I can't stop both in an easy way anyway. And if we have 2 monsters in attack, there's a good chance he can just kill us. Like, Heroes is a deck that can just kind of do that. Well, goodbye, Backrow. Hello, eHero XGP. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Gelato Gaga as well. Hello, hello. Max was in the Epoch ep because they were doing dice versus coin. Oh, God. Epoch as well, because I think that was one of the ones where Epoch had, like, the really bad version of the deck, right? Where she effectively needed to cheat to win. Because, like, the very first wave of dice support was very, like... But, like... Because I remember the very first wave, your boss monsters, or, like, the most consistent way to try and win, was to use the Skull Dice and Graceful Dice boss monsters that would just, like, boost all your attack or reduce the attack of all your opponent's board. Yeah, against Tremolo, he used Stinger, the Wasp. Yeah, I don't know... I really like Jointech Fighter, right? And I really like Jointech Hero and the Jointech... Is it the Jointech Fighter Fusion? I forget what it's called exactly. But I really like those cards. And I liked the dinosaurs. I wasn't a huge fan of the insects. Like, there was the Scorpion. There was the... What's the other one? The Scorpion and the something fused together to make the Stinger. And I'm like... Insect Jointech wasn't really my vibe. I like dinosaurs and I like robots, so... I actually do quite like bugs, right? I do like insect decks. But robot insects is kind of where I was like, eh. Yeah, against Tremolo. The only wave 1 dice could do is Graceful Dice Dragius. I mean, basically, right? Centipede, yeah, that was it, Centipede. Oh my god, he's performing a fusion summon. He's going to make Thunder Giant. See, this is the benefit of playing against this deck, is they just really can't beat set 3 a lot of the time. 5 cards in hand though, so he's only getting 1 draw next turn. 8 cards left in deck. He's also summoned Sparkman, which puts him in a weird position, because if I don't kill any of his board again this turn, like, he doesn't have a lot of options here. Right, we'll go Cirque, reveal, Flame Wingman. We'll send Burst, draw 3. I mean, there's the Mutton. The rest of this hand doesn't do a ton. Like, do we just Cirque again? We don't have the ability to attack 3 times. I think we just Cirque again. Because, like, setting Clayman I don't think is going to be a particularly viable... Well, that's also not helpful. Okay, so one of these cards literally doesn't do anything. Right, having this in my hand doesn't help me. We get rid of that. I think we set both Claymen. Because, again, until we just draw Meet and Greed, there's no real point in doing much of anything. The question now becomes, how many back row do I want to set here? Because I need to set cards so we can draw. So like, this is an easy set. That doesn't matter. How many... We haven't seen any of the others. I think we're going to settle 3. I think this should be okay. So the logic is, we might want to hold our best spells in our hand, because then they can't get popped, right? Now, he can only get rid of one of his monsters on the field. So he can only, at maximum, summon 1 Burst Wingman that can pop our back row. But he could also have Avian Spell Tactics. We have already seen 1 from him, so there's a chance he's running more. So, like, he's gotten rid of that, so he can now summon a monster and fuse these. But, like, if he summons Avian, for example, he can fuse these into Voltic, and then he still only gets out 1 other fusion. So it's still just a burst that I have to worry about. Yeah, so it looks like that looks like what we're going to see here. Now, he could, instead of burst, go Flame to try and get damage through. But, like, I don't see that being the correct line, unless we're just setting up the Flame to go into Flare later, right? Because, like, picking apart the back row, I don't know if he knows it, but it's probably the best option he's got. Okay, he is going to go for the burn damage, but it's only going to be a maximum of 1,000, so I don't care. Like, but if he's getting ready for, like, I don't know, a next turn flip something over play. Okay, he gets rid of the Clayman. Gets rid of the other Clayman. We take the A. So what we're hoping here is that we just draw into Meet and Greed. Okay, there's Meet and Greed. So now we should have mostly everything we need. So let's go Secret Order. Now it's going to come down to what back row he's got. If he's just got the traps to stop us, he's got the traps to stop us. He does have a reaction to a special summon of a normal monster. What is that? Is that going to be... Oh god, if that's Compulse... If that's Compulse, it puts us in a very interesting spot. Right, let's go Pot of Greed. That's the next card. No delay there, so it's not Compulse. What is it that you could activate there that can be on a special summon of a normal monster? Can you use Rice on the special summon of a normal monster? Like, maybe. Right, we'll go Meet and Greed. There's no reason to activate that. Summon Spark. There is a delay there. What is it? What has he got? Oh, it's just Shady to flip his own guys down. That's fine. That doesn't... In fact, that actually makes me do more damage. For some reason, I just wasn't thinking about this whatsoever. But again, that's fine. So we'll flip this up. We'll activate Pierce. Servant of Dawn. We set. Go to battle. Boom. Hit. Boom. Boom. Miss Mutton too strong! This deck is wild, bro. I mean, it comes down to just, like, if our opponents are just playing Negate Attack and Slime, I really don't know what we're supposed to do to actually win. I think it's entirely, like, hedge your bets. They're just not doing that, right? Centipede, unfortunately, is the coolest joint tech card, despite not being a dinosaur. Well, do you mean, like, in terms of its effect? Let's get it up quick. It's, you know, we're between games anyway. Let's jump over here. So return one other face-up level 5 or higher Earth Machine monster from your field to the owner's hand. Destroy one monster on the opponent's field. I mean, just in general, that's a good effect, right? Putting that card back into our hand as well. Just think about that in Duel Links terms, right? You could play this instead of... Oh, this is going to be broken in Duel Links. Right? Because, right, you take out Shield Boring Kong, you put in Centipede. You go summon Centipede, summon out like Jointech Rex, activate the effect, put Jointech Rex back into your hand, and you can summon it again with only one tribute. So you pop an opponent's monster, so you've beaten set 3, and then you just get to keep recycling Rex again and again and again. That's kind of disgusting in exactly Duel Links. Like, this card's, like, fine in general, right? It's still a good card not in Duel Links, but... Or at least it was. In Duel Links, though, this is going to go hard. Probably shady. I mean, there. It turns out it was. I'm finally ordering my first ever Rush Duel cards to have in my collection. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't own that many Rush Duel cards myself. Let me see if I've got any in here at the moment. I don't think I have got any Rush cards in here at the moment. I've got my old Vanguard cards. They're not going to be in focus, but... So let me get rid of my blur for a sec. I can show you my Vanguard that I've got in here. If I do that. There you go. Let's get bigger as well, shall we? Let's go to... What if we go to chatting? That's probably fine. Look at my cards! Look at my trading card binder! We've got a Shura Kaiser back for the first set. I can't remember what the wolf guy's called. What are you called? Lion Heat. We got the old Gantz a lot. We got Blockade. We got the old Christ, what are these cards called? Grand Blue. We got I always forget what he's called because he was never very good. Spirit Exceed. I love these cards. Yeah, I don't have my Rush cards in here at the moment. I got like some of just like really old classic cards though. Got Gelen Duo, which I pulled after winning a pre-release event. My Surfing Pikachu. We've got the original promo Meowth from the Pokemon trading card game. Got any football stickers? I unfortunately do not have football stickers. I got loads of old stuff though. I've got the old Hobby League promos, which I got from going to the tournaments. They're obviously very, very shiny. But again, they're just Hobby League stuff, so there's nothing like too impressive about that. I've got some Naruto trading cards. If anyone's ever played the Naruto trading card game. I've also got some old, like, staples from... Christ, what's the format even called now? Edison, that's the one. I don't know why I struggled so much with that. I got more Naruto trading card game. If anyone's ever played the Naruto trading card game, by the way. I doubt anyone here has, but I used to love this game. This game was so much fun. And then we got some like Magic the Gathering promos from the, again, pre-release events. Yeah, I don't know where my Rush... Where is my... It should be on the desk somewhere. Let's have a look. Let's have a finagle. There we go. There we go. Is the Rush cards. Always got to make sure we have our own Rush cards on the go. Oh, there he is, Shield Boring Kong. Where is he? Trying to do this like from feel. There's the boy. We basically have like a machine deck. And it's not a very good machine deck. Got some Jointech cards. The Pierce. Oh, Magnum Overlord, which is there. Mirror Innovator. Yeah, Mirror Innovator is my boy. Because basically, when we were... So, Mono's tournaments used to have prize support. That was... offered by... Oh, what was his name? I'm really bad with names. You've probably noticed this by the fact that I can't name or remember the names of Yu-Gi-Oh cards half the time. But the prizes were... decks, right? They were... Actually, I have them here. So these were the prizes. Once again, we'll just disable the blur for a sec. These were the prizes that I got from winning Mono's tournaments. And they just so happened to, again, both be machine decks. So we had the Yuga machine deck with Magnum Overlord, and we had the Yuhi machine deck with Jointech Toceratops. And so, like, I absolutely love these, like, so much. These are the only Rush cards I own, and they are, like, they're so good. They're so good. These were our, like, rare pulls that we got, because in these structured decks as well, they had a thing where you would get a random, like, I don't know what we call these, like, super rare? I don't know. We got, like, a random, like, allotment, like a random legend in each pack, and there were, like, 6 that you could get. These are the ones that I got. We also have Rider Cross as well, who also is very near and dear to our heart. Vanguard cards, some oldies. I played the Naruto card game for a long time. I played Ninja Dogs. So I played a Shikamaru mental battle deck. That was what I played. I absolutely loved that game. It was so much fun as well. It was a really weird game that had like some really interesting rules, like the way that you played the game. But back to Duel Links. Yeah, I just really like card games in general. I really like Yu-Gi-Oh! I really like Cardfight Vanguard. I do really like the Pokemon trading card game, but I never got like super into it. I loved the old Pokemon trading card game, right? I loved like, you know, Base Set, Fossil, Jungle, Team Rocket. I loved like all of those sets, the Gym Leader sets. I loved like all the really old stuff. But I never got into it like super competitively because there was never like a scene, right? The only reason I ended up getting big into Yu-Gi-Oh! Was because I had a locals, right? If I didn't have a locals for Yu-Gi-Oh! It would just be a show that I really liked and I collected the cards for fun. But because I had a local scene I could go to, I really, really, really got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, we got massively into playing tournaments, playing competitively, and then that just, like, went on. Because originally I wanted to play Pokemon cards competitively, because I had a, like, a magazine at the time when I was a kid, and it was like, oh, join the Pokemon League, and it was like, yeah, you effectively go to, like, in the magazine, it was like your local Toys R Us store, and you would go to one of these places, and it would be like, yeah, you beat the gym leader there, and then you get a badge, and then you can, like, go to other locals, like, around the area, and then you'd be able to collect all the badges, and then like get an invite to like a big tournament. That didn't happen because I didn't have a locals that were doing that at all. So instead I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! So imagine if I did have a Pokemon locals, like where things could have gone. Maybe we'd be a Pokemon Pocket streamer. Alright, what are we doing with this hand? So this is probably Heroes and or Sidra again. The issue is, if it's I mean, no matter what I think we're setting, right? Realistically, I don't think going aggro against Heroes is just not the right decision. Going aggro against Sidra, you still can get punished massively. The issue is that Sidra just can beat set 3, right? So that if it's Sidra, they can now just go Cyber Twin, summon, get in for a ton of damage, and I'm going to be like, ow. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what he does. But I am curious, guys, if you guys play any other card games, or if you used to play any of the other card games. Like, E-Hero used to play Naruto card game. Obviously, you know, I used to play Naruto card game. I'm curious if anyone else plays any other card games. Obviously, we know Rarity plays Vanguard. Because the only other, like, physical card game I'm playing at the moment is Magic. I play a decent amount of, Commander. I'm trying to remember all the decks I played. Ninja Dogs, Academy Kids, the Puppets in the early sets. I always wanted to play the Puppets, but I never had the Puppet cards. Well, there goes Meet and Greed. I mean, this is a decent chunk, but we're still fine at the moment. Ow. He did also lose Polly, which is probably a good thing for me. Alright, let's go Cirque. Get rid of this burst. I mean, do we just go for it? We've got the order. We've got that. I think we're just going to go for it. Oh. That has to be Compulse. The issue is we can't really beat Compulse. Alright. We'll go Secret Order. We'll summon this out. Maybe I should have summoned the other two first. I need him to Compulse before I activate the spell, really. But I don't think that's going to happen. Because now if I activate this, he Compulses. And then we have, like, no follow-up. Ah, screw it. Let's just do it. Let's just activate Meet and Greet. We'll get rid of this and this. At the very least, I forced the Compulse this way. If he doesn't Compulse, I just go to battle. Yeah, okay. So, like, we needed this Compulse gone. There was no other way to play around this. So now we're just going to set these two and pass. So as is right now, he can only get in the 16. If he activates the skill, sends one of the Sparkmen, then summons out Clayman, by doing that, he can get out 3 monsters and get in for like 2k. Okay, straight to battle. Gets greedy, takes 400. Oh, gets greedy, takes 400. Oh, that's what we like to see. And the 25 years I've been playing card games, I haven't played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, Force of Will. I have played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic, Force of Will, Cardfight Vanguard, Marvel vs. System, Kaijudo, Duel Masters, Digimon. I've played a lot of those. I haven't played all of them. Right, we'll go Cirque here. I'll address some of those a bit more in detail in a sec, but for now... Alright, we'll go Secret Order. Bring you back. Has a delay, so it's probably shady. What's the difference if I summon here? Activating that doesn't really get me anything. We activate just Meet and Greed, change that to attack, attack over all of these. I've reduced that by 500. We would be at 38, so we would do 22, 22, which is 44. Then we attack over him for 12, which is 56, which is lethal anyway. Alright, I'm going to set this. We're going to activate Meet and Greed. Alright, now just don't have slime. And everything was K. We had to change to attack position just in case he had restoration again. Because if he had restoration, oh, we were going to be in trouble. But yeah, so we played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! So obviously, you know, I've already spoke about Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, again, Magic is a game I got into when I was younger. Because I had a friend who was big into Magic the Gathering. And I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? And so we basically said, like, if you learn Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll learn Magic sort of thing, right? That didn't end up happening. In the end, it was I learned Magic, he didn't do anything. And this is something that seems to happen a lot when I decide to like do that sort of thing with people. Hello, Hidden Bunker. Welcome, welcome. Force of Will is a game I've never had a big interest in. Like, I've seen some of the card art. I haven't really seen how the game, like, plays, like, what the flow of the game is. But, like, the card art hasn't ever really pulled me in. Cardfight Vanguard, I played as soon as it came out. Absolutely loved it. I went to a tournament, like, the very first tournament that happened in the UK I was at. I had to get 2 trains to get there. But I got there and had a great time. Absolutely loved it. Marvel vs. System. I also did play Marvel vs. System, but I played it very casually. I had a Batman deck. Actually, Marvel vs. System. I had versus System DC. Although versus System was both, right? I think it was Marvel and DC. Because I had a Batman deck. One of my close friends had a Green Lantern deck. I also had a friend that had a Spider-Man deck. But I did play that, like, very casually. I don't know what Kaijudo is. Is Kaijudo Duel Masters just Duel Masters? Because Kaijudo is what they called, like, you were a Kaijudo fighter if you played Duel Masters, right? So I did play Duel Masters quite a bit. I also did play a couple of Duel Masters tournaments. I also did play against the UK champion for Duel Masters. And I managed to beat him once, but he did beat me like 6 times. So I went like 6-1. Against the UK national champion for the game. And I've never played the Digimon card game. I did have the OG Digimon cards, like the old game that was really bad. I haven't played the new one yet. I've only played Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard. I mean, they're both very fun games, though. Premium, best Vanguard format still. I haven't gotten super deep into Premium. Just because, obviously, it's very simple to pick up the other formats. There's less to worry about. There's less, like, shenanigans going on. Premium has always had, like, some weird stuff going on. Like, with, God, what's the insect deck called? Mega Colony? Had, like, some shenanigans where they would, like, try and lock down the field so you couldn't really play the game. Which is funny, because usually that would be, like, a Link Joker mechanic. But, you know, that was a thing. So, like, I've always avoided Premium to some extent. I have played a bit of, like, Royal Paladins in Premium, but, like, again, very casually. The ones I played, like, competitively were Standard. I did really enjoy playing V-Series, like, right at the start of V-Series. Like, I heard V-Series got a lot worse as it went on, but I really did like the beginning of V-Series, and I think D has been fantastic. D has had, like, its ups and downs, where, like, sometimes it hasn't been great, but, like, it's still been really, really fun for the most part. I cogged with Miss Mutton last month. Hello, Quantum. We'll give you an exclamation mark, Quantum. You've always got to shout out the boys. But, have you seen the name of our deck, by the way, Quantum? You can see it kind of up next to Mimi's face there. It's always got to have the shout out to Quantum in the deck as well as the stream. I just love Strides way too much. I've never really played much with Strides. Like, I've played with Strides, right, obviously, but I've never, like, gone competitive playing Strides. Like, Strides have always been like I'm having fun playing the game with a bad deck, and then I'm using Strides. Kaijudo was the name of the card game when they tried re-releasing it like a decade ago, but it was very short-lived. And we can get it out there. Short-lived, it had an anime. I see. Quantum Breed. Exactly. Right, let's hop into another game. But yeah, I've played... I mean, you've got most of them. I also played the World of Warcraft card game, which was actually a really fun card game. It did eventually sort of become Hearthstone, but, like, it had a physical game before Hearthstone came out called the World of Warcraft trading card game. And that was actually a lot of fun. I think it was better than Hearthstone, personally, but it was very fiddly in that, like... It was very much like Magic the Gathering clone, where, like, there was a lot of stuff going on. There was a lot of, like, chain links happening. There was a lot of reacting to your opponent's plays. And obviously Hearthstone is designed to remove all of that. I mean, we're not going to just set Avian pass, so we'll see where this goes. I mean, I don't need this, but the rest of this hand ain't doing me any good. There's just nowhere this hand can go that makes me happy. Lo and behold. I mean, this is still a better hand than what we had. But it's, like, not much better, and we're only drawing 3 cards next turn. But we now have a 1400 instead of a 1000. If Pot of Greed had drawn me 2 normal summon monsters, maybe I would have been happy. I mean, there's a chance we're not just dead. Okay, it looks like we might be okay. Not activating the skill. Okay. Two cards in hand, so we can't do that. We only have 1 copy of that at the moment. Okay, let's go... Clayman. Tribute 2. That gets us the room. So now if we go Meat and Greed, we have to discard that. There's not really anything we could do about that. That's fine then. We do this. Right, this gets the hand empty. This puts a lot of pressure on. And our end board, like, isn't awful. Like, don't get me wrong. This isn't, like, the best end board in the world. But... oh, we're going to get so cheeky. Yes, we are. This is why. Right, to be fair, even if we had 1200 defense on both the monsters, we probably don't live that anyway. But still, this is why we don't play the 0 defense. Alright. I gotta keep an eye on my messages just to make sure if I don't need to disappear at any point. I think we're fine. Oh, Volt sent me the tournament results. I do actually want to go over that. We're not going to do it right now because I've just started a game, but I do want to check this out afterwards. So I'll take a look at that in a minute. Miss Mutton best deck. The only decks we've actually lost against today, Quantum, were decks that were playing... One deck we lost to played Slime, and then had a card restoration to heal up to 300 and lived. So they just barely lived. And the other deck we lost to was playing both Slime and Negate Attack. And we were just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But other than that, we've won every single game. So the deck's been doing quite well. Yeah, we lost to old Dark Galaxy, like Void Destruction Dark Galaxy, because they just had Negate Attack and Slime. And I was like, well, it's just 2 turns where I'm not killing you. Okay. He really wants to fight. Okay, there's the Clayman. Yeah, NA and Slime is annoying. They're not, like, that bad, but when it's both of them back to back, that's when it's like, come on, guys. There's no back row removal we could really play. Yeah, exactly. Like, no matter what option you would go for, there are drawbacks, right? Avian Spell Tactics, okay, but you can only use it while you've got 2 warriors. Are you always going to have 2 warriors? It's like, there's no point in playing Rage of the Wild Beast. We're never going to get 2 beasts out, or very, very rarely. Then it's like, maybe you play Heavenly Selection, or, you know, the one that pops if you have 10 levels on the board, but then again, we're not always going to be in a situation where that's going to be a viable option. Alright, how much damage are we... All things considered, this board is very manageable. And he gets greedy. He saw that we had a hero, and he still chose to attack for the damage. Okay, we don't have Meat and Greed. So the question becomes, do we go aggro at all? I don't really want to keep this Miss Mutton in my hand. That's the one, like, leading thought I have here. Right, let's go Secret Order. We're going to summon this out. So I just don't want this in my hand. So that could be Shady, or that could be Compulse. Either is fine. Because again, we're not having a big turn here, right? We're just going to go defensive. I don't even want to have more monsters in attack position. Just because it can get a little bit annoying. Right, we'll go to battle. Precious, am I getting rid of this? Am I getting rid of this? This one can be more annoying in what you can go into. But this can just get you what you need and then send it away anyway. And you're going to want to send something. I think we'll attack into this one. Alright, so we die to what? Like, Shining Flare if we've got enough monsters in Grave? Like, Shining Flare plus a Flame Wingman if we can just, like, natty summon one and then activate, like, a miracle to get out another one? Hola, Mr. Tomato. Hola, Mr. Cubes. Hello, Pro Straight. Welcome, welcome on in. You've caught us playing everybody's favorite princess of the flock because we are cute as a button. Ooh. Yeah, right. This is the down. This is the dark timeline because hold. Maybe we're fine. If that was Flame Wingman, I would have genuinely been scared. Since it's not Flame Wingman, I am not genuinely scared. To Cog, I used Shady instead of Curse because I could never resolve it. Yeah, we're doing... we're basically using the list that you played, right? We're doing the 1-on-1. But, yeah, I haven't used Curse yet. I think we used Curse one duel, which actually, it did actually end up letting us win that game. Alright. The problem here... I mean, if Miss Mutton works, it works regardless, so I don't need any more attack position monsters. So I think we do just go Secret Order straight up. If he has... Compulse is the scary card. So I can't really test for Compulse. As is, this is 2,000. I can boost it up by another... Was it 600? So that's not lethal. Right, we're going to use this to test for Compulse. So I'm going to activate Pierce. Use it on this. Alright, it is not Compulse, so I don't have to give a shit. Which means I can just drop Meet and Greed. Yes. Go for Servant of Dawn. Right, so now it's just slime I have to worry about. And it looks like there's no slime. Easy peasy. The only MMF I like is Mr. Mono. What do you mean? What's wrong with Miss Mutton? Everyone likes Miss Mutton. She's cute as a button. Right, let's check out this tournament results real quick. Alright. So we have... Translate post. The winner is Shinamono's Animagica. The runner-up was Mokromar's Cosmo Princess. Okay, so this doesn't give us, like, a ton of information. There might be something over here. All we know is that this was the top 8 from a... What was it, 35 player tournament? 40, 45? 45 player tournament, I think. 25th of October. So this was the 25th. So is this the second place list? Listen, it's fine. We don't have to see all of that. Well. Actually, this was the second place list. I mean, there's nothing, like, crazy standout in here. Like, these are probably the most interesting cards. Like, we already know Ghost Cyclone's pretty good in this deck, because when you do the big fusion, you can empty the graveyard. And then Captoir's Choice, I guess, in the same vein, right? If the graveyard's got no cards in it, you can always get the card back. Plenty more stuff. Right, let's take a look. So that's the deck we're looking at right now. I'm gonna try and like... Right, if we grab this. So this was the top 4 Cosmos, which we just looked at, but this is like their own thing. Gosh, I don't think I can translate it because it's being funky. Oh no, it's okay, it's fine. Made it top 4 in the Black Flame Cup. Thank you everyone who organised the event. It was fun. After Animagica XX, after Handy XX, after Emperor XXX, after Animagica XX, after Cosmos, qualifying 4-1. Emperor's Fist, Cosmos second, top 4. I've been asked for the list more than I expected. So we already know the list, we just looked at it. Wait, is this... this is a different one, right? Yeah, this is the other top 4. Okay. So this one's playing the, like, Ryozai package. Cosmos with Ryozai is interesting. I guess, like, if we're playing these 3 and this, that's already 4. And then we're playing 3 other level 7s anyway, so it makes sense, right? We're still playing the Double Ghost Cyclone. But we are also playing... I'll run an ad break. We'll wait for the ads. We'll wait for the edges to disappear. And we'll go back into it. Just wait for the ad. I suppose while the ads are ticking, I can go and grab the other decks. Or the other links. We have a note. I'll throw that up. I think that's... Okay, don't show that. This came from 3v3 tournament, so we can show this one. And then... Top 8. So we'll take a look at this as well. Alright. Alright, where were we? So we take a look at this. We talked about how interesting this list was. It's got kind of like a set level 7 engine in it. What is this? I guess we can take a look at this, right? This should just tell us. Torrential. Okay, it was Torrential and... Wait, was that... Oh, no, these are the side deck. Right. So the side deck... I was going to say, I could have sworn I saw a giant Trunade in there. Considering this unofficial event, which had 40 players at the local level, that's pretty okay. Like, that local event, without any Konami support, this many players in advance. Yeah, it's really cool. So, it's weird, right? So, when I was younger, my locals that I went to, like when I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, every other weekend, was really big. But, like, for me, that was normal. So, my locals where I played, you know, TCG, would on average get like 120 players. Like, it was massive. But again, at the time, I thought that was normal. I was just like, yeah, just, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments, 120 players. That's just normal. So it was quite a big one. But now, when you see a locals, you're usually expecting like, I don't know, 20 people, typically. So, seeing them get like 45 people to a rush event is really, really cool. Especially because in Japan has so many like hobby stores all dotted about that you only usually get like between like either 5 and like 12 players is usually like the average small rush locals. So the fact this one was so big, I think is really, really cool. Right, let's take a look at some of this other stuff we have here. This was the same one we just looked at. So this was an Animagica list from the 3v3 tournament. Played against Monarchs. Monarch with Lily. Muchu. I don't know what Muchu is and Baro-san is. Team has limited us losing 2 games. Personally, I'm happy with what I was doing in the matches. So this is like the typical Animagica list we're seeing at the moment, which I believe has been coming out specifically to try and deal with the Monarch deck. I mean, this is relatively standard. Like, we have started to see traditional tax seeing more main deck play, which is quite interesting. I've never liked this trap card. This trap card's kind of annoying. This is like a soft floodgate, I guess. Alright, and the last thing we have to look at is... this is deck distribution map for the final tournament. Animagica is strong. Well, obviously, we can't read this, but we get a little bit of a translation. 45 people. There was 16 Monarch, 7 Animagica, 3 Harpy, 3 Hyperdrive. Hyperdrive is an interesting one. I didn't expect to see 3 of them there. 2 Delirium, 2 Cosmos, 2 Ceremonial, which is Magician Black Chaos, 2 Cosmos. And both of them made top 4. That's pretty good. 1 Blue Eyes, 1 Wind Warrior, 1 Handy Lady, 1 Berry Monarch, 1 Berry, 1 Max Sea Serpent, 1 Wonder Fusion, 1 Executie, 1 Grand Legend. Okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. Because this is actually really big, like, that they managed to do this well, right? Like, I don't think most people expected Cosmos to be performing as well as it has been. Because, like, the deck's, like, not bad, but I feel like it's missing teeth a lot of the time. But it looks like it's just doing well, which is good. Alright. Let's get back in. Let's play another Miss Mutton game. Seeing Hyperdrive in top 4 is amazing, and seeing Wonder Fusion fall off is so refreshing. Wonder Fusion, I feel like, has kind of been around. Like, it's never really gone away. It's always kind of been there as like, oh, you know, there was a Wonder Fusion in this tournament, right? Like, it's always been in the peripheral. It's not really, like, winning any big tournaments. Maybe it's, like, won, like, something here and there, but, like, it's never really been considered, like, a tier 1 deck, but it's just kind of always been around. Whereas Hyperdrive is a weird one. Like, I remember when I played Hyperdrive, I want to say I won monos playing Hyperdrive. And everyone got really annoyed at me because they were like, Hyperdrive's a floodgate deck? I don't know. Like, I get it. Like, the effect of the main boss is sort of floodgatey, right? It stops you from doing something. But it's such a specific stops you from doing something. I never really considered it a floodgate deck. Maybe it is just a floodgate deck. Maybe I'm just being biased. I notably it was just 1 week into Overrush Pack 3 Release 2. I mean, that is pretty cool. Because I guess that means... Well, I suppose, does that go to show that there is just no... Because, like, Magician of Black Chaos, has that just completely fallen off then? Only 2 people played it. None of them made top. Which seems a bit sad. No Blackluster Soldier, but I don't know if we just consider Blackluster Soldier the same deck. Well, the issue here is Shiny Shady ain't doing anything in this matchup unless our opponent bricks. So we might just be dead. But if we are, we are. There's nothing we can do about it. I love Hyperdrive. I really like Hyperdrive as well. I think just the way that the main deck monsters work is really cool. I like the guy they got as well, which can special summon itself and gives your Hyperdrive guys piercing. I think it's just a cool card. Right, we might be fine if he's playing Home Run Smasher. Like, Hyperdrive, I like the concept as well, where it's like machines and dragons together. One made top 8 and was undefeated in Swiss, but it's a bit weird, this format. I'm curious as to, like, the main I guess... It's a weird one as well. Obviously, Monarch is so dominant that I feel like a lot of other decks are just trying to adapt to that, right? It's like, we've got to make sure... Oh, we're against Hyper Engine Vast Vulcan Baseball. Okay. I feel like a lot of decks are trying to adapt to Monarchs being so strong. Right, here's Home Run Hitter. I mean, but that's fine. We don't care about Home Run Hitter. You can have Home Run Hitter. Let me summon that as well. What else do we have here? I would like to make some room. Right, we'll go Shady. The reason we're shadying is because I want this out of my hand, and I want a space open. Because, like, if we draw, like, an Elemental Circulation, we've only got these 2, right? I can't activate these until I have a boss monster on the board. Because usually I wouldn't care about that damage, right? If he just had those 2, flip that up, I would still just not really care. Alright, now we're dead. So this was the issue, right? If he just went combat, we would have taken a lot of damage, but not. But, like, we would have had to predict that he had this as the follow-up. Did we know he had this? No, we didn't. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately we are just dead, as long as he isn't attacking the wrong order. I mean, he could attack with this even. These 2 on their own is lethal. We'll save this replay. I mean, this was us making a mistake. But, like, it's a hindsight mistake, right? I don't know, was it considered greedy? Is it greedy to do what we did there? I mean, evidently it ended up being. But, like, I guess if we have the read that he's got it, then for sure it's greedy. Now we're saying the BLS ritual being ran to make the deck lean towards summoning big guys efficiently. Yeah, I can see that. Check his list. Alright, we'll check his list. Well, it's 34 card. We've got the one of Ghost Cyclone. We're playing one copy of the Big Max and 2 pieces of the Little. He had one of the 2 Grand Slam Dragons to have the follow-up to kill us. He was also playing Negate Attack Buffered Slime. So we probably would have had a rough time against this either way. This guy's committing war crimes. I mean, I wonder if the Hyper Engine Vast Vulcan does anything for this list, or if this is just in here for fun. Because take out the Vast Vulcan, that's 5 cards out, it's now down to 29 cards. Alright, Porter from Mexico. Playing Zuijo. Now, the only game we played against Zuijo today, we did lose. And he is playing a Zuijo skill. This is a hand. Alright, we're not setting 2 monsters, so we're only going to set... Oh, actually, we could... No, I think we actually do this. Do we put this in attack? We'll put it in attack. Alright, the only punish for having this in attack is that if he has, like, Requiem, he'll get a bonus 400, and that's an extra 1500 damage we take. But, like, if he doesn't have a way to out this, having this in attack could actually be very beneficial. It is kind of greedy. Okay, he is playing Fusion Draw. So we don't have to worry too much about playing around Chrysaor. Okay, I mean, bro is just turboing through his entire deck right now, though. Double Cataphracts. Whiffs the first one. Whiffs the second one. I would not be surprised at a Scoop of Shame here. Oh, we're still going. We are still going. 2 back row, 1 defense, and the 2500 is too big. Alright, let's go Pog. Let's see if there is a delay. No delay, so don't have to worry about that. I mean, we have the Pierce. Alright, let's go Sparkman. There is a delay. What if I go Burstinatrix? What if I go Meet and Greet? We'll go Pierce. We'll go Servant of Dawn. Boosh. Boosh. Kaboosh. We got our revenge on Zuijo! We did it! Is that worth saving? We'll save it for now. We'll go make sure we've... If we have 10 replays, we might bail on one of them. It's weird when you look at Monarch in itself. It's distinctive enough to dispatch itself from XQE. It has less gimmick restrictions, more recoverability. It's funny as well because Monarch is like... It's a weird like combo deck in a lot of ways. Like it has the whole deck is gas. It just wants to go, 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 go. When that's not how I would usually think of Monarchs. Like typically I think of Monarchs as like... I don't know, more of a control deck? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Okay, we do have 10. We probably have a lot of heroes. Yeah, we have like 4 hero replays. The issue is I don't know which one was like the good hero replay. Well, that's fine for now anyway. We'll hop back in. I'm the only guy in rank playing Beast Team Overlord and floodgating everyone. How is it performing for you, Zaki boys? Are you doing well? You winning the majority? Yushi. Gold 5 as well. Playing the Uo. Turned into more of a combo deck with the new support. Yeah, well, I mean, without the new support, the deck was kind of a nothing deck. Right, we're going to Cirque here. I don't need to Cirque here, but I want to Cirque here. Oh, Christ. In some ways, that's kind of fine. Because I do have the second Miss Mutton to discard with the Shady. I mean IRL, but Yarash too. Listen, if we're talking about Monarchs, are we even talking about Monarchs? Okay, that's fine. Where are we going with this? Are we going to tribute these? I'm going to set. We're going to run into my defense position monsters knowing that I'm playing heroes. I respect it. 2 back row. I mean, there's Pog. We always Pog. See if there's a delay after this. No delay. We'll go Ellie Cirque. We'll discard, draw 3, send another Miss Mutton to the bin. I mean, I guess we just tribute this out. Is there a reason not to? I mean, 2 aren't doing much for me right now. I'll tell you what, let's just go Secret Order. Bring this out. Let's see what he does. Right, nothing there. We'll meet and greed. It's going to send these. Use this on you. Reduce the attack of that. We'll go Pierce on you as well. Boost this up. Now, do I need this in attack position? If I swing with this, that's going to be 24. Over that is going to be 30. Yeah, I shouldn't need it, because that should also just have 500 defense. So, this should be the safest way I can play this. Okay, yeah, we're fine. We did it! Duel Links Rush Monarchs sadly don't have enough to deal with joint tech. I mean, Duel Links Rush Monarchs don't have much to do anything, to be honest. I win if I get Beast Team, otherwise just dead. Been using the hero draw engine quite fine. Win some, lost some. I see. So what you're saying is you're using... Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Was it not in the last 2 weeks? Last 4 weeks. Wait, where is it? What was it categorized as? I'm so confused. Alright, one sec. We're gonna do this for the bit. Oh, he's put it in as a hero deck? That's funny. That is funny that this is considered a hero deck. So you're using something like looks like this, then I take it. That's so funny that it's in as a hero deck. I mean, I get it, right? There's more hero cards in here than not hero cards. But it is so funny that this deck is in here as Beast Team. As not in here as Beast Team. Pretty 1200 life points. Yeah, Monarch is missing almost all of their cards, yeah. Wow, you topped with this. I did, I topped with this. I mean, right, the logic is quite simple, right? Floodgate, opponent can't do anything, win game, right? The downside is, some decks will just kill you anyway, right? So you die to heroes, because they'll just go Shining Flare, they'll just kill you anyway. You die to anything playing TSA, which at the moment is mostly just 7s, like some 7s players are playing that. You lose to Master of 7s if they can get it big enough. You lose to like a bunch of random stuff as well, like Music Princess. If they are able to stick a level 8, they can, and it has to be just like the level 8 or just the level 4, they can use the straight Pierce to boost it by 2k. And again, that's assuming you have no trap cards to stop it, right? But like theoretically, you can lose to that. So like there are like some really like specific things you lose to, but like Join Tech just don't beat this. Like this just beats Join Tech. If you summon the max, what does Join Tech do, right? I love Fusion summoning Elemental Hero Beast Team. He's my favorite, Elemental Hero Beast Team. So he's just in here under Elemental Hero. That's so funny. That is so funny to me. Like, again, it makes sense in a way, but it's still really funny. Wait, so what happened to Quantum's decks? Because Quantum's Miss Mutton, I'm sure, is under Miss Mutton. Yeah, these get to be under Miss Mutton. By the way, there are more hero cards in here, right? Because this plays 12 heroes. My deck only plays 10 heroes, right? So that there are more heroes in this deck. There is only 3 copies of Princess of the Flock Miss Mutton, whereas mine has 9 copies of Maximum pieces. But this one gets to be Miss Mutton and not... That is very funny to me. That is very, very funny to me. The Join Tech is out. The Join Tech out is Stego the Maximum. Doesn't show defense, so it must be 0. Yeah, clearly, you know, if we can't see the defense value, it has to be 0. So just change it sideways. Imagine as well a Maximum monster actually being forced sideways, and it just like, it goes into the spell trap zones. So like, that's the world champ difference. Real. Yeah, it's very funny though that we're in here. What tournament even was it? It was Dynasty. Dynasty is where we topped this. Yeah, because the rest of the top 4 was Hit. Like, we went all the way to game 3 against Hit, but Hit managed to... In game 3, he went first, set his whole hand. We set our hand, including a Shady, and then he just had, like, Pot of Greed. He had the Trombo to play around our Shady. He just had, like, everything to just OTK us in one go. There's just nothing we could do there. We also had Soramia get second place in that event. There was us, and then there was Bismarck down in 4th. Or I suppose tied with us at 3rd. That's how you unlock the EMZ? Oh my god. Right in the middle as well. Has to be right in the middle. Oh! How do you do fusion with the Mutton Hero deck? That's the neat part. You don't. But that is going to be it. It is a little bit early, but I do have some other bits I have to get on with. So we are going to call the stream there, unfortunately, everyone. I know you wanted the extra 12 minutes of Miss Mutton gameplay, but we've got all of our replays. And we've kind of got as high as we want. Again, we don't want to cog right now, because if we do get more rush cards, which we expect to, either at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. So if we do get them before the end of this month, then we really want to not be in cog, because cog, again, can get a bit wonky for finding games. So there's that. But we will be back again on Thursday. Now, I don't know what we're going to do on Thursday. Either we're going to be playing KC Cup with our dinosaurs, in which case we might try the new dinosaur deck that's been kind of going around. Or we're going to be playing Reverse Masochist with the, what's it, Dawn of the Battle Royale, Let's Go Go Rush. So we're doing one of those two. I haven't decided what, because I kind of want to do both, is my issue. And I can't really do both, so I have to pick one. But that is going to be the plan. Thank you for the stream tomorrow. Always a pleasure, Rarity. I tried finishing a match in COG. A match in COG day 2. I'm still waiting. One of these days. One of these days. But, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Actually, is there anyone we should raid? I probably should look this up earlier. Is anyone streaming? Oh, How's streaming! We should raid How. You guys know How. Let's raid into How. How is probably playing Casey Cup, so I'll send you over to watch Casey Cup. But thank you guys for watching. Always appreciate it. See you next time. Goodbye.
But not Lebellion. Okay, that makes sense. Book